So, that being said, I would like for each and every one of you all to gather around the table and let me tell you all a Voden fable. To gather around for the tale of these survivors, the tale of the looming corruption and that of the mysteries within. For this be the infamous tale of the Ascent and the legendary tale of the Soulbound. Previously, our journey left with our heroes fighting for their very lives underground in the mines below. It'd be a fierce battle that would see some near-death experiences with zombies and stranger creatures with crystals jutting out of their arms, chest, and neck. The survivors' strength would all be tested. Amethyst, the fire genasi rogue salamander, would fire multiple arrows into the eyes of the ogre, while Myra would instill fright into all her enemies, making them kneel before her. Navra would sear his enemies into oblivion, teetering between the thin lines of life and death, and that of Ingot would be in a fight for his life against the Horde, taking them on one by one. Meanwhile, while this would all happen, Spike and Zephyr would immediately take the fight to the ogre itself, using all their might to finish him off. It'd be the likes of Zephyr with quick thinking and a risky play, wrapping the rope around the ogre's neck while attaching it to the elevator shaft as it rose. And with that, the creature's head would be ripped clean off, and he immediately slain. And with that, my friends, the day was won. However, eventually upon exiting the mines, you all would see a strange omen, calling you all to a single mountain high above the mountain range. An omen from the Stormfather himself. However, before venturing out, Navra would collapse the mines they escaped from, damning the place and all that resided in it to hell. That said, survivors, listen now. With you all on the verge of exhaustion, hunger, dehydration, how will you all brave the snow and the Azure Taiga? We'll have to find out in session 3 of the Ascent. And with that, my friends, let's begin with today's session and continue exactly where we left off. So, first things first, I'm going to send you guys over to the correct map. And I'm also going to get you guys your ambience and everything else. As soon as I go find where the heck it is. Here it is. I lost it for a minute. Alright. That should be good. Yep. Everything's good. Alright, I'm gonna have to readjust everything, but that's fine. Alright, fix the lighting because it always likes to break. Bop. And bop. Alright, there we go. That being said, I'll get you guys your ambience and we will begin. Alright, let's do this one for now. So, that said, as we pick up exactly where we left off, the likes of Zephyr, Myra, Spike, Ingot, and Amethyst begin to continue forth, one after another, some sort of lagging behind, but they eventually travel forth through the forest, or to and towards the forest, one after another. Y'all are sort of hungry and almost at this point, sort of going off as almost sleep deprivation and dehydration, but you guys continue on seeking to find shelter. You look about, and each and every one of you, Navra included, you saw recently as the sky sort of turned from this strange, or this sort of grayish overcast to a stranger, even darkened night sky. No sunset or anything involved, just a flickering of almost like a light, and immediately darkness. However, as you 5 individuals are traveling forth towards the forest, getting closer and closer with each step, we turn our focus back towards Navra. Navra, you getting, or just sort of almost lighting that of the boulders or ahead of you, you're able to collapse the mines as there was this sort of a loud sort of crash, but not loud enough to sort of alert anybody all the way from over there. That being said, as you were alone, sort of damming this thing, what would you like to do, and what would you like to say? You're surrounded in this sort of mine cart or a mining camp at the moment. Map is yours.
Well, I don't want to stray too far away from the group. I know they're going their own way. So I do take a small look around, though. Are there any crates that seem to be, like, more high value? Any writing on them?
Any value. Make a investigation or perception check for me.
Investigation.
10. Also, let's handle this real quick, cause before I forget.
Sure.
So, we'll handle the 10, and then we'll handle everything right after. Looking about, it seems to be that most of your allies have already sort of picked out a bit of the sort of supplies. Anything that seemed kind of useful. You do see just a handful of things, but ultimately, even if they were put together, they wouldn't really be feasible or useful. So they kind of just sort of shrug and turn them off, or sort of turn away and keep on looking. But that being said, before we continue any further, as you all again are starving, cold, and thirsty, and without finding resources soon, you guys may meet your end even sooner. Everyone, I need you to all make Constitution saving throws, but before you do so, I need you to choose one person who doesn't need to eat or drink. That being said, I believe the reborn of the party, they don't need to drink or eat otherwise, correct?
Yep.
Alright, so you guys don't even need to worry about that. You're just gonna need to worry about the sort of sleep, and sort of exhaustion and all that stuff. But, or actually no, you guys don't need to sleep either, right?
It's like elves, yeah.
It's like elves.
They can meditate while conscious.
Meditate, but do you guys need to rest and sleep?
Oh yeah, no, you still need 4 hours of sleep to a long rest.
Is it?
Okay, so you still would
it's
have
like
to worry about
meditation.
it.
Long rest, yes,
I
but
gotcha.
it's just
Yeah.
unmoving.
I gotcha.
Pretty
So
much.
yeah, you still technically count for that part, but yeah. Alright. So, that being said, for the rest of you, I need you all to decide which individual doesn't need to worry about eating or drinking at this moment, before you guys make your Constitution saving throws to resist it.
I think what we need to focus on is getting food. So which of us seems like the best hunter?
I mean, I'm only here to eat shiny things, and animals aren't particularly shiny.
And can you hunt down stuff, Spike?
I'm not too bad at it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I could be good at
Would
that.
hunting come under survival, actually?
Hunting,
Yeah,
you
I
actually
think
have to
so.
do. You actually have to go find the animals and hunt it and kill it.
OOC, by the way, Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
I just checked for race.
For the one
Yeah.
thingy? Yeah.
I cannot see Spike's character sheet, by the way. I think the permissions was turned off.
Yeah, you typically can't look at other people's character sheets anyways.
Oh, I can look at everyone's but hers.
Yeah, same.
I gotcha. Probably when they added we added the new thing. Give me one moment.
Oh, hey, I can't even see my own character sheet.
Yeah, give it a
Boundary
minute.
chat itself.
Oh, now I can see
Yeah.
it.
Hold up. Finn, try again real quick.
Nope.
Okay.
I can't even close my own character sheet at this point. Foundry is not happy.
Well, I will say this, typically you shouldn't look at other people's character sheets. The only reason I allowed it is because for like vision purposes, so like so you don't have to worry about like, oh, what the heck is happening over that person's site. So then you're not just staring at a black screen, you know. But typically you shouldn't look at other people's character sheets because there's lots and lots of secrets there. Like, that's in general for everybody's, you know.
Hey, well, we need to search someone for hunting. Now I can do it myself. I am a leader. I can promise that I can at least get something.
right now, all I need is just you guys to decide, hey, who do you not want to have to worry about having to eat or drink anything for this, we'll call it day.
I mean, I have 16 cons, so I'm not as worried about the saving throws.
I
Who
got
has the least
decent cons.
constitution?
Yeah, I think I should be pretty decent.
Probably
Nick
have-
is used to eating the wrong thing or not eating
Okay,
at all.
and we're gonna let the undead decide then, because y'all seem to
Yeah.
all be at the same point.
Well, who has the least constitution? Who's the least
I
likely
got-
to make the throw?
I got 12.
You got 12. Spike,
I got 15.
15, and Ingot has like, something
16.
like 16. So, yeah, I think it should go to Zephyr then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that blubber? I
The frail bacon.
The frail bearkin. I see. That being said, all right. So Zephyr, you don't have to worry about it. You're good to go. You consume that of the resources, or it is assumed that you're gonna consume the resources from last game and all of that stuff to keep yourself functioning. That said, I need everybody else to, or besides the well, actually no, I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw. Zephyr, this is not for food and all that stuff. For the reborn and stuff like that, this is more for I'm dead tired because I've been going at it for who knows how long. Yep.
So I did find out we do not actually need to sleep.
You don't need to sleep, but you still need to be motionless and all that other stuff.
Mm.
This is the fact that, hey yo, my body is breaking down. I've been fighting and doing this adventuring shit for too damn long.
The wizard has more constitution than the
That's only
paladin.
water.
How do I?
You
Do
click
saving throws.
Constitution, and then it gives
Oh.
you 2 options.
you
Yeah.
click
It's a saving
constitution.
throw?
Oh,
Yep, saving throw.
Whoops.
Thanks.
Alright, let's find out. Oh, and also, I am incorrect. It's not food, so you guys have no food, but you have 2 resources of water. So pick another person who doesn't have to worry about dehydration.
So we
Spike.
say Ingot?
So it's basically
I'd say
Ingot or
I have
Spike.
the 16 con. I have 16 cons, so I have the break point.
I have 15.
Yeah, 15 is the same as 14 though.
Alright, so did you guys decide, or do you need me to roll for it?
I'll take it.
I would.
Yeah,
If-
I think
Yeah.
it's going to Spike.
Okie dokie.
I'll give it to Ingot next time.
You got it. That being said, so Zephyr and Spike, you don't have to worry about drinking anything or finding water for yourselves, but everybody else, you do need to find water as soon as possible besides the reborn, and everybody needs food except for the reborn, all that stuff. Alright, that
Zephyr,
said,
Zephyr on his way will try and
hold on,
if he can see like a
Let's handle
just-
all
I'll
this
just
stuff
take it.
first. Let's handle this stuff first. Alright. That said, okay, so let's see the Constitution saving throw. So, Myra with a 17, that will succeed. Spike with a 14, that will fail. Myra with a 10 will fail. Zephyr with a 19 will succeed. Ingot with a 7 will fail. Navra with a 15 will also fail. Okie dokie. So let's go down the list. Alright, Ingot. You are in the processes of suffering from dehydration and also hunger. You also take 1 level of exhaustion. Navro, you are in the process of being just completely exhausted and tired, and you also take 1 level of exhaustion. Zephyr, you are fine for now, but DC's gonna keep on going up until you eventually get food. That said, let's go to Myra. You're same sort of thing with as you and Navra. You are exhausted and tired as you have been doing this for a long time without any bit of rest. For Spike, you are also suffering from dehydration and hunger, and you're also exhausted. You suffer 1 level exhaustion, you and Myra. So I'm pretty sure
Don't I
everyone.
get water?
Yeah. So this is for one, so you're fine with all the water and all that stuff. However, you need food, and then you're also
Yeah.
just tired in general from going for so long, like everybody else. Yeah. Almost kicked some. That being said, I think everybody took a level of exhaustion except for Zephyr at the moment.
These two.
That being said, if you don't know how to do it, like how to add it, I believe what you do is, actually here, I'll be able to remember it myself, but basically, or the first level of exhaustion means you have disadvantage on all ability checks until you take a long rest. It gets worse and
Exhaustion's
worse
just on the
over time.
left side.
Is it?
Left side off under passive stealth, you have exhaustion.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, perfect.
Where?
Ah,
Double click your character sheet, look to the left where all your skills are and stuff like that. Scroll below like passive perception and then passive stealth, and you'll see exhaustion.
eagle eyed. Damn, I would not have seen that.
I would have never found that. Alright. That being said, it's looking a little rough for you guys, but you guys continue on. So,
Sensei.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What is the deal with Amethyst right now?
We'll get to that in a moment. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's handle this stuff with Navarro and all that. So Navarro, you were looking around towards the crates and all that stuff. What are you trying to do in this moment?
I'm trying to find specifically fleece, any kind of wool that might be in the crates, for how little of a chance there might be. But as well, keeping an eye out generally for anything else I can find that might be useful. Not just food and water, but any kind of like smaller knickknacks I could use for magic materials.
Gotcha. So looking around, with your 10 on investigation check from earlier, you scrounge around, like looking through all the crates and looking to like for any possible thing that's useful. From what you can tell, a lot of this stuff kind of has already been taken, or it's been kind of, it's to a point where you can't even really utilize it efficiently anymore. Not even if you were to, again, tack it along with something. But as this is sort of happening, you're scrounging about, you do see with your, or even your 10, you do hear like a little bit of stumbling off to the side. It seems to be coming off from this direction over here. Here. You're not entirely sure on what it was or what it may be, but it seems to be almost... What's your passive perception again? Let's find out.
12, 11, I think.
12, 11, it's not bad. It seems like maybe...
12, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like maybe like something pressing amongst the snow, almost like footsteps. And heavy ones at that.
Okay. I'm going to... I'm going to duck down and I'm going to try and stealth.
Alright. Make a stealth check for me. Sneaky as a fox. That being said, where exactly are you hiding with your natural 20?
I'm gonna hide behind this crate, this mine cart.
You got it. Alright. That being said, as you sort of begin to hide and duck underneath, or duck underneath these sort of minecart, you wait and you hear as the footsteps are getting closer and closer, louder and louder, and as they are, eventually you see a massive figure begin to emerge, just sort of aimlessly looking around and about and looking towards just all of this in front of you, behind you and all around. And that being said, Riku, can you please join chat for me? Oh boy.
Oh.
That being said, get the heck out of here, Terrybot. Oh boy. That being said, Riku, if you could please describe what your character looks like.
Yes, you see a around 6 foot, a little longer or taller, dragonborn, pale scales, and very gator-like figure on his facial expressions and all that. And he's wearing a kind of a suit, vest, all those kind of clothes. And he seems very out of place in this frozen wasteland that you are in.
That being said, let me, you can load into your foundry and all of that stuff. I'm going to drop your token off right here. That being said, Roland, as you begin to traverse this sort of lands, I'll just paint the picture for you in the meantime until you're here.
Oh yeah, I'm loaded.
Alright, oh, dang, the perks of having fast foundry. Also, let me give you permission for them. Boop. That being said, as you're sort of traversing towards where you heard the little bits of almost commotion happening, sort of loud crash and bangs, begin to look about, and from what you can tell, you don't really see much of anything. You find that of a sort of almost abandoned or mining camp. Bits of carts everywhere, crates around and such. You don't see any creatures around or any body. That being said, what are you doing?
Am I supposed to see a token?
Oh, hold on. Boop. How about now?
Nope. I see no token.
Not there? All right.
Nope.
Gotcha. How about now?
Okay, now I see it.
Alright, let me fucking reduce the size though. Man's actually massive. Alright, there you go.
Right. So, you see him move just around, looking for any signs of life, and he, without any real regard to his surroundings or concern, he's just looking around. Where is anyone that he could see and talk to? And is there anyone here? Hello?
I remain silent, and he's wearing like a vest, like a suit.
It's very much like a what you would imagine like a high-class bartender kind of vest and shirt under. Just doesn't seem very much like a something you would wear in, well, any place like this.
Speaking of which, I can show you the character art. Made in Hero Forge. Bah. There you go.
Oh, there he is.
Place.
He looks very nice.
Is
There you go.
any of him shiny?
Oh no!
The
Oh
belt buckle.
no!
He looks like he's got some swagger to him.
Oh
Those
man.
merch buckles, the fuck?
There we go. That being said, so Navra, you are staying and remaining hidden. Roland, you are just looking around it. That being said, if you're still looking, you can I guess you can just make a perception check or an investigation check. Your choice.
Right.
3.
Oh,
man.
whoops,
Oh wait, hold on,
yeah,
wait.
I
That was
rolled
18
twice,
and a
never
3.
mind.
Oh wait, we always take the first one.
Yeah,
no matter what.
right.
So with an 18, you don't see Navra anywhere, but you do see far, far off into the distance, like barely even able to see them. But you see a couple of figures kind of going about kind of towards a forest, but as you sort of see them moving, you do see as the wind begins to pick up, and so does this sort of storm. And as it happens, it's kind of, it's difficult, but that being said, it's a lead at the very minimum.
Do I see a amethyst in the distance as
Yeah, that's kind of the main thing that's giving it off, or giving off
Yeah.
their sort of position.
yeah. And wait, oh, I can't move.
Oh yeah, the server is just like dying. I'm trying to talk to Fish like, "Ayo, can you fix it?"
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Foundry shits itself sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm.
That being said, you can just let me know what you're trying to do, and I got you from there.
Yeah, Roland would just move towards the small bit of light he sees and just keep going around with no care in the world. Just, is there anyone here? Hello?
Is he yelling
Can
that?
Avro? Oh,
You guys probably like super far away would definitely not be able to hear that. You guys didn't even hear the giant sort of collapsing of the mine, so. Go ahead, Navro, if you were saying something.
can I approach to get a bit closer to him?
Sure thing. See if you can move your character or anything like that. Yeah, you can. Okay.
I can move my character, yeah. How far could I move without having to make another stealth roll? Or
Probably like right here or so. Not too far.
okay, I'm gonna move around there then,
All right, easy enough.
and like logically keep my distance.
Just sort of watching him from afar, but I'm also kind of following him in a way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, easy enough. So, as you are sort of continuing this process, Roland, you're headed towards the individuals that you saw from afar.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, in this little game of sort of cat and mouse, you guys continue forth. However, let's turn our attention to those individuals further along the path. That said, alrighty, turn our focus towards this area. Activate. Now, eventually, Zephyr, you being the first one to arrive to this area, and Myra following closely second, Ingot third, and then Spike and Amethyst, I believe, fourth, right behind Ingot. You look out and you see, as you're having a little bit of trouble seeing, from what you can tell, as there's not many light sources being given off besides really just Amethyst in the back, and then also the moon. That said, you look around and you see, or you find yourself in a forest with a couple of trees sort of chopped down, but and also scattered about. And you also see a little bit of a stone path and a drop into, or further down into the forest. That being said, what would you like to do, and what would you like to say? Now, eventually everybody, you are able to, Zephyr, because I'm assuming you sort of like charged off and whatnot, but assuming that you kind of wait off a little bit before just getting lost into the woods, everybody would eventually arrive behind you. But Finn is gone, yeah, at the moment. So, that being said, as everybody else is sort of arriving, what are you guys saying and doing?
Can I look around, see if I spot anything?
Sure
in particular?
Sure thing. Make a perception check.
Yes. Let's see. I think it's just +0. Oh no, it's not.
Whew, not bad, not bad. So, from what you can see, just looking all around, a couple of things of note with the 20. Just in general, you do see just bits of materials and supplies, like obviously with the wood from the trees and all the other stuff. Enough supplies to probably make a campfire or a campsite, and just other general useful materials and supplies. But far, far off, with a 20, you do see as there are a couple of animals just sort of congregating off to the side. And you can see as there's just a sort of small rabbit, and he seems to be just hopping about. And he seems to hop on this sort of log and almost looking towards something else, but a little too far to see it from this location. You gotta get a little bit closer.
Can Zephyr will just kind of like take off his helmet, and you'll see like all of his dreads and stuff flop out of it. And if he can, he'll take off the kind of like loose bits of armor, like around his sides, if he can. And he'll just motion to his lips and start to head towards the area.
Spike would do the same thing,
Alright, easy enough.
not
Happy.
taking armor off.
And stealthily, so should I roll a stealth check?
Sure thing, make a stealth check. Spike, if you're doing the same thing, you can also make a stealth check.
An 18. Do I roll that with disadvantage, or does removing the...
If you want to remove your, like, all of your armor, it'll take you, like, 10 minutes to do. But, yeah.
Just like the small little bits that you can quickly just...
It would still be with disadvantage then.
Oh.
Yeah, we're exhausted, right?
Yep. Zephyr isn't, but everyone else is, so it is with disadvantage.
It didn't actually roll twice for me, even though I put 1 exhaustion level, so I guess I'll just do it again.
Yeah, one more time. Ooh. 2 and a 13.
For me, exhaustion didn't add properly.
Yeah, I think you probably gotta still press, or you gotta hold control for disadvantage. And it's only on ability checks, it's not like attack rolls or saving throws or anything like that.
Right.
So the 2, Spike, you believe yourself to be stealthy. Zephyr with a 18, you also believe yourself to be stealthy. That said, you guys continue forth, sort of trekking through the snow, getting closer to the area. That said, while those two are doing that, Ingot, what are you doing at this very moment?
I'll point out that exhaustion thing does not seem to be keeping track of the points you put into it.
That's fine. You can just make a mental note of it. Zephyr, stop right there.
Good for me.
I look around for any thing that would be like warm to sit on, like leaflet, moss, or just anything that's not going to be bone chilling, like the rocks and wood around.
Easy enough. You find there's multiple places to kind of just sort of sit on. Places like here it's kind of like a little bit of a stone mound and whatnot to sort of place yourself upon. You even have the sort of wood as well.
Well, I'll crawl over up to this stone, and with the crate that I grabbed earlier, I'm just going to plop it over my head and sit down and get ready to rest.
Alright. That being said,
because I imagine I will fit inside almost any crate.
If you're trying to do that, you're gonna want to probably you're gonna want to actually go towards the actual ground itself rather than a rock. Something where there is actual dirt. So that's literally anywhere, you know.
Can I start stacking sticks up for a campfire and then use well, they're still here, amethyst to light it?
Well, funny you mentioned that, because I wasn't done explaining that 20. Myra, you see in the corner of your eye, you see a sort of strange door, and it seems to be kind of embedded into a tree itself. Specifically, this one over here.
I guess I'll approach it. I guess I'm going to Halloween Town, guys.
Alright. You approach it and you open it?
Yeah.
Alright. So, as you begin to open the door, you see in the door frame a giant, massive figure, almost or completely towering over you, almost 12 feet tall, maybe even maybe even taller. You see as they're dressed in complete black and have this strange sort of almost beak-like mask, like a plague doctor, as well as a massive sort of top hat. You see as you open it, they begin to just honestly just stare at you. Unflinching, unmoving, just looking at you.
Same, because I can't be frightened.
You see this individual. Oh boy. If it'll let me, if the server will stop breaking. But in the meantime, while that's doing that. That being said, you see as eventually this individual begins to sort of take their little top hat, begins to sort of tip it towards you, and then just sort of motion away.
Do I, having been in, do I recall anything about this thing at all? Like, does anything pop up? Because this seems pretty unique.
Well, make a history check for me, Myra.
Thank God, I am proficient in history. You know, I have a +1 to that. Is it rolling? I can't.
It's breaking again. God damn it, fish. I've been trying to download the server so then I can run it. But haven't been able to. I need them to give me the files and all that. In the meantime, here, just roll a d20 on the Discord bot. Do you know how to do that, or you need me to give you the command for it?
Is it aberray or?
Yeah, average. Just like exclamation point roll d20.
I swear, if it pops up, then I got a nat 20 in the chat. I'm gonna be so upset.
Oh man. And yeah, just do it in the like session journal chat or the Ascent, one or the other. Okay. So with an 8, looking about, or
like
not looking about, but oh, go ahead.
Since it's such a low roll, I'd like to add my knowledge from a past life.
I gotcha. All right, roll and add an extra d6. Oh, I gotta change the Nightbot stuff.
5, I think.
If you're able to do it that way, just look in the bottom right of your screen. You'll see like all the dice icons. Click the dice icon and then hit roll. So d6 is just the square one. There you go.
Dang it.
All right. So that being said, that is a 7 plus 2, or is that a 9 plus 2? Oh no, it is 8 plus 2, so 10.
Yeah.
All right. With a 10, looking at this individual, it doesn't seem to really recall, or you don't really seem to recall any memories. However, you just sort of feel almost in the back of your mind, like the back of your skull, just like, no, this thing, it seems too strange. It stands out too much. It seems familiar, but it's some sort of force preventing you from kind of like diving forth or further into the depths of your mind. That being said, Limbit, you have a choice. You can either dive further and push past it to try to recall, or you can leave it as it is.
I would like to recall.
All right. That being said,
Knows nothing.
that being said, Myra, make the highest saving throw you possibly have.
Oh no.
Boy.
Charisma with a +6.
All right, let's see what you got, buddy. 24. I see. Is there anything else you want to add to that, or are you leaving it as 24?
I want to leave it as 24.
All right. So, I have good news and potentially upsetting news. Which one do you want to hear first?
Just give me the bad news. Just
Bad
get it out
news
of the
is,
way.
okay, here's what happens. 1d5. Oh wait, hold on. What is it? You're level 1, right?
Yep.
Oh boy. The good news is it don't hurt as much.
Roll 1, crippled and exhausted.
Yeah, this won't hurt as much, but it's gonna hurt a lot. For you. Alright, here's what happens. Oh, okay. So, Myra, here's what happens. So, as you begin to recall upon these sort of, like, this kind of past memory, you begin to dive further and further, and you just begin to hear these whispers into that of your mind. And as it begins to happen, you look towards that or to your arm, and you see as where it starts off with the mark, specifically the one in sort of shadows, you see as it begins to course and course, going further and further up your forearm and stopping kind of where your elbow is, and it seems to be coursing with this sort of astral light of blues, greens, and purples. As this happens, though, you take 3 points of astral damage. That said, you almost feel yourself wanting to hurl for a brief moment, but then the visions come to you. You see yourself, or maybe yourself, or something or someone, but regardless, you see someone in that of a kind of hall with dozens and dozens of individuals of all different shapes and sizes, some wearing armor, some carrying sort of robes and sort of wands and books and whatnot. And you begin to see, out of all of these other individuals in this same sort of hall, of all these sort of heroes of some sorts, you see this individual, the same individual with a sort of almost black cloak and black beak and top hat, sort of conjuring portals left and right, multiple individuals stepping out and others going in. And as this happens, you see as the individual in this sort of vision, they look directly at you, begins to walk forward before eventually you begin to breathe for a brief moment in time. Sort of, though you don't even need really air, you almost feel the need and almost the instinctive reaction to breathe and try to gasp before it. Ingot, you look over and you see this happening. And as
I've got a box over my head.
Oh yeah, that's true. Never mind. That being said, you see none of this. As this happens, Myra, as you drop down, the individual begins to appear and begins to step out. And as this happens, Ingot, you begin to hear footsteps around you, but
Huge.
And you see as Myra, you look over and you see as he begins to stop in front of Amethyst, who seems to be completely frozen in their tracks at the moment. With a snap of their fingers, the light begins to sort of be snuffed out. No more. That said, what were you saying, Ingot?
Would the footsteps be alarmingly loud considering it's just like a 12-foot giant next to me?
I would say right, so.
I would probably take my crate off and look then, since giant footsteps next to me out of nowhere is concerning.
You look over and you see this individual sort of peering through. You see as they look down towards you and then continue forth towards Amethyst.
Should I just stare at him?
Alright. You see as he begins to, or as he snaps his finger and snuffs the light out of Amethyst, you see as he begins to just slowly but surely begins to pick her up and begins to just travel backwards to where she came, or where he sort of came from. Myra, are you still on the ground? Are you doing anything, or are you just watching this sort of all play out?
Using my one good arm, I'll try standing using my U-claw, whatever the hell it is.
Alright.
Are me and Zephyr aware of this at all, or we're off hunting the bunny?
You guys are off hunting the bunnies at the moment. Ah, man.
I'm trying to like sprint to grab Amethyst now that I see what he's actually doing.
Sure thing. You rush over and try to grab Amethyst. Make an athletics check for me.
Can I see him running?
Yeah. He's right in front of you.
I do want to throw my U-claw at the ground right in front of Ingot.
So you're throwing it at the ground, but like in front of Ingot to stop him, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, we'll just say make an attack roll. Make it towards Ingot, but you're not trying to beat his armor class or anything. And I'm gonna take the damage away, obviously. On top of that, Myra, you received an inspiration point. Yeah, just target him for now. But Myra, you do receive an inspiration point from chat, and yeah, that's it. So the 10, Inga, you do see as there is, or as a weapon begins to stake itself out of the ground as you're rushing closer towards the individual. Does that stop you, or do you keep on going?
I use it like a springboard, because now there's just a nice long pole to jump off.
Alright. That being said, with a 15, you jump off and try to jump towards that of Amethyst, trying to free her. As you begin to do, you see as the creature just looks at you, and then just sort of shakes its head and keeps on walking. That being said, you see as he begins to approach towards that, or towards the door, and at this point, as you're just sort of clinging onto Amethyst, almost hovering off of the ground, you see as, okay, now Zephyr and Spike, make a perception check for me. Spike, this is with advantage, cause sight. Natural 20, 13, 13. That said, Zephyr, you immediately sort of see this off to the side, and you look over and you see this massive man, this individual, taking the likes of Amethyst, and you see his Inga just sort of like clinging towards them, trying to sort of free Amethyst. Spike, you kind of see some sort of commotion, or you hear some sort of commotion happening behind you. What are you two doing?
Zephyr's gonna rush over to them.
Alright.
Spike's gonna follow.
That said, you guys move your characters. You guys rush towards the snow. That being said, you do see a Spike in the corner of your eye. You do see as the bunny off over here, it begins to look and then just sort of flee immediately. Alright. That said, you guys come over here and you see as this massive figure is looking towards Amethyst and looking towards all of you. As you rush over, you see as he begins to just take his hand, just sort of tip it to all of you.
Alright, state who you are.
You'll see as he shakes his head no.
What are you doing here? Where do you come from?
He'll point to the door.
Where's that lead to?
He'll point to the sky.
Can I ask, has Shiny?
You'll see as he takes out a gold coin.
I'm immediately fixated.
He'll flip it off into the snow.
Are we? Did he just pay for Amethyst?
Oh no! Oh no!
What do I see if I look through the door?
What do you see? A good question. Make a perception check for me, Spike, with sight, so it's with advantage. Oh boy. Alrighty.
Come on, baby.
16. Is that the final roll?
Yeah.
Alright.
I guess.
With a 16, you look towards the tree where this sort of door is, and looking inside, it seems to be a tavern of the sorts. It doesn't seem to have any, well, actually, hold on. It doesn't seem to have many patrons at all, besides a simple fire genasi inside. Seem to be with robes and kind of flaming hair, but besides that, I mean, it looks like a tavern, but it doesn't seem too busy at the moment. It seems, for the most part, it doesn't seem like run down or anything. It seems manageable and nice in some regards, but just a simple tavern. That being said, you see as the door is slowly shutting, you watch as the individual begins to just sort of stop it with its foot and and is looking like he's getting ready to head into there.
Before you leave.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh,
You go ahead.
no, you.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll take a step.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm Canadian, okay? It's in my nature to say no, you. I'll take a step forward, and say, "Hey, can we come with you?"
You'll see as he shakes his head no.
Well, then you can't take our friend.
He'll nod his head yes. And then point to
you
Amethyst.
can't, and I'll take another step forward.
I'm gonna step in front of her and block her path.
Does Zephyr see the tavern as well?
Yeah. Well, actually, hold on real quick. Now you gotta make a perception check. My bad. Yeah, make a perception check. There's different things. No. What you actually see is, with a 4, it's just a kind of endless void to somewhere. It's kind of hard. It seems to be like there is this sort of magic about it for sure, kind of illusory. But I mean, hell if you know.
I'm going to expand Divine Sense.
Divine Sense? Now that's an interesting one right there. And while this is all happening, oh boy, you do sense something. A lot of things. Get ready to write down notes. Here we go. But before all of this happens, it's almost comedic timing. At this point, Roland, you eventually stumble forth and you see as you're able to get closer and closer towards the light, and you see these several individuals sort of they haven't really noticed you at this moment. They're kind of fixated on the giant sort of figure. But as you're approaching, what are you doing? Or are you just watching from afar?
No, Roland would go close by, and I would like to make a perception check to see if I can see the tavern.
All right, make a perception check for me. 13. You can. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. It strangely feels ever so familiar, but you're not entirely sure why. You've never been there before. Why would you ever be in that sort of tavern? This place looks boring, at the least, but not entirely sure.
Yeah. Roland just walks up to the group here and what exactly is going on here? Why are we going in there?
I exclaim, "Shiny!" as I hold the coin.
Keep in mind, he threw the coin off to the side. It's like in the snow, so you gotta let go of Amethyst to go for it. All right, he immediately goes for it. It just drops down like, all right, well, anyways, that was a nice run. He just runs over, picks up the coin. You have a gold coin in your inventory, Ingot.
I eat the gold coin.
That being said, Showcase gave you an inspiration point, Spike. All right. So, as you mentioned, who are you? Zephyr, you're casting Divine Sense. Oh boy, here we go. All right. What exactly does Divine Sense detect? One more time.
Let me see.
Being
I'll
celestial.
just. Yeah.
And,
There you go.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. And what's the range on that, real quick?
The range on this is does it 60 feet? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Navra, be honest, how close are you following behind?
I don't know if I'd see I'd say he'd be.
You were like 20 feet behind him, right?
Around 20 feet, yeah, actually.
20 feet. So you would be also on the map as well. Sorry, I didn't get to add your token. So, all right.
60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Not behind total cover. Okay, so you would probably not be able to sense Navra then. Because I'd assume you'd probably be behind total cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Do I see the 12-foot tall man?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my. May I? Once we're after fencing is done, would I be able to investigate him and take a good hard look at him?
Sure thing. All right. Save the check because I'm gonna forget in a minute. All right. Zephyr, you look towards Roland. You see nothing. Look towards Ingot. See nothing. Amethyst. Nothing. You look towards this individual, this big bastard here, and you get a strong, almost overwhelming sense of the divine. You definitely sense celestial with this individual here. And then you look towards the right of you, and you see something. You see something interesting for sure. You see two things. One, on Myra, you get an easy sense of undead. But the other thing you see is celestial as well. A little faint bit of it. And then...
On Myra.
On Myra. And then you look towards Spike. And with you, it's a little faint, but it's there. You not only sense that of fiend, or fiendish nature, but a second thing. How to explain this? Oh boy, make an insight check for me, Zephyr. Ah, boy. Or, okay, actually here, yeah, I guess, insight check is probably the best one.
Okay, yeah, I don't have any inspiration points.
Alright, that said, you sense not only fiend, but you also sense celestial. Half and half. See, this is why I love these reactions right here. This makes the job great.
Zephyr would just play, and he doesn't sense anything from the alligator, Dragonborn.
No.
It doesn't sense like hostility or anything.
Or wait, hold on.
No,
no, you don't.
It only detects those creatures within 60 feet of you.
Yeah. You're thinking of detect good and evil.
Just put his hand on Spike. Pardon, and you'll say this to the keeper. I wasn't aware, and you'll do a little bit of a nod. Where you're taking him? Yeah, it'll be nice if he comes back. It's nice warm. Do you mind if we get a quick bit of fire from him? And he'll just grab a branch and hold it up before he takes him away.
You'll see as begins to shake his head no. That being said, to answer your other question, you see as they begin to point into the sort of tavern-looking area, and they point to the sky. Pointing to, well, the stars above.
Well, whoever you are, whichever god or angel you are, take good care of him.
See as they nod.
We'll kind of take a step back.
That said, you see as the individual is getting ready to tip his hat and walk on in. Anybody doing anything else before he does so?
The investigation check. Oh, you go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go.
The Irish versus the Canadians. It's a never-ending loop.
It's a never-ending loop.
No, go ahead, B.
Make me go first.
No. After you. No. I insist after you.
Go on.
Go on.
Okay, so I'll look at Zephyr, and Spike trusts Zephyr, but you're just letting him go? That's our friend. It's taking our friend.
It
doesn't even want to tell us its name.
Gods work in mysterious ways, Spike. It's not for us to question them.
Well, I do question because that's my friend.
Hey, better there than here.
Are you sure about this?
Myra's just gonna put her hand on her shoulder and go, safe.
I am sad that
If
we'll be
Amethyst-
missing.
If Amethyst doesn't come back, I'm blaming you two. And then I'll look at the entity and I'll say, you. How do I say this? I don't know what you are, but you better not harm my friend.
You'll see as they nod. And then begin to say, oh boy, this. Oh wait, hold on. That's strange. Safe. Safe. And before eventually just walking in with them. And as they do, Amethyst begins to vanish. And so does this individual.
While that happens, can I make my investigation check?
Sure thing. Make your investigation check. I'll say this before, right as they're like walking in or into the place. 15.
To me to roll that twice.
I'll take the first roll. Which one is it? It is 26. With a 26, and you were asking if they seem familiar at all.
Yeah, but like generally too.
Generally too. Well, no. No, they do not seem, no, they do not seem familiar to you.
Actually,
Okay.
while we're at it, do these seem familiar to Spike?
No.
Well, nothing's familiar to Spike, so that's fair.
Yeah. But that said, as the individual walks away, tipping their hat and keep on moving, you see as the door begins to close. And eventually...
In that brief period of time, could I just like put a stick to Amethyst in hope of lighting it?
Well, keep in mind, Amethyst isn't like on fire at the moment. Like, he snuffed her light out earlier.
Aww.
That's just
Sad.
Is the
Not
act
like
being
a
tossed a
Charmander.
coin familiar?
It's a coin. The coin you do recognize as gold, so does seem familiar at least. Got that.
I was gonna say, is the act of being tossed a coin familiar? Like the way you just threw the coin?
No, not really. It's just I mean, as familiar as it would be in just general society, you know? Nothing like significant or special.
I'm gonna go out of stealth and walk over to the group. Just passing by English to kind of stand in the purview of everyone and give like a confused look. What was that?
I have no idea.
Celestial.
Shiny!
Myra's gonna point at her head and go, remember. And then just walk off to grab the U-Cloud without explaining a single thing.
Alright.
What they said.
A celestial.
Also, as a point of reference, Zephyr, you would see your hand is coursing with an astral light similar to Myra's at the moment.
Oh, I forgot my hand was coursing.
Yeah.
Wait, how can I see my hand? It's an gauntlet.
It goes over your armor as well.
Oh, wow. That is one hell of a thing.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
That's not very concerning.
I'm gonna squat down next to Ingus and just say, mushroom. Shiny coin? Can I see it for a second?
I just puff out as much toxic gas as I can.
You just see like a little gas cloud begins to sort of form amongst you.
And does it hurt or?
Well,
if you get too close.
yeah, I guess I'll leave that up to you. If you see yourself too
You-
close to him.
You have resistance and advantage because of your deathless nature.
I do, but I also have 7 hit points.
That's true.
Yeah,
I also have
poison
5
spray
hit
hit
points
different.
right now, so you know, I'm gonna back off a little, but just say maybe we can find out more about him by looking at the print on the shiny.
I
Wait,
am
I think
chewing
you forgot
on the
something.
coin as he says this.
Anyone else looking at the doorbell? I think you forgot something.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, let me go check.
Also, as a point of note, for everybody, who the fuck is this guy?
Well, I know who that person is. I've been stalking him.
Oh yeah. Everybody else, who the heck are you?
Yeah, in middle of all this like happening, you just hear someone going. So anyway, does any one of you know where we are?
There's another one of us then. Big surprise. Do you even remember your name?
It just kind of it just looks a little shaky on the answer, but I
Well,
think it's Rowan.
if you're good at hunting, then maybe you can help me out find another rabbit. Navro, you did that thing with the fire. Get a fire started.
Do we have any wood kindle?
Hey, we're surrounded by trees.
Come on, I believe it said on one of the stacks and stuff. Was any actually stacked up or?
Probably not yet, or you were looking, or as you were getting ready to start stacking stuff, you saw the individual.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, Navro, you're gonna start a fire. Mira, get some wood. Spike, you're with me, we're gonna go hunting. Roland, if you think you can hunt a little, like, rabbit or something, come with us. It was Roland, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure,
well, we're
I'll
not
join
really
you.
doing too well. Sorry, I don't want to rush things, but we kind of need a bit of food so we don't die out here in the godforsaken winter, whatever this fucking place is.
Yeah, I don't remember when I last ate.
Ingot, don't choke on Chinese.
Also, I
have
have.
been my token.
Oh yeah, it's pooping itself at the moment. But I have a question for veteran players. I asked this across all the games and whatnot, that there were veteran players and or in my games. Do I explain who that individual was, or do we leave it as it is? Your choice.
I like the mystery.
I think we
I
can leave
remember
this
who it
right now.
was.
I don't think you even know. Yeah, I don't think you even know who it is. So
I have no clue.
I mainly refer to Limbit and Finn.
Pete kinda saw them. Wait, no. Did you?
No, I don't
No.
think so. No.
No, sorry, I was getting mixed up with Seth. Seth knows them a little bit.
What?
I don't think they do. I do not remember that. I don't think they do.
From the Big Boss campaign. But anyways, I say keep it a mystery because it's funny.
Fair enough.
The
Limbit.
fact I know him worries me. Like in game and out of game.
Limbit, that being said, are you deciding to let them know or keep it mystery? Your choice.
That my character actually knows him?
No. Do you want me to
Oh.
explain out of game who that is? Your choice.
Oh, if they don't know him, no. Keep him in the shroud.
Alright, veteran players have spoken. You have no idea who the hell that guy is. Alright. Max Fish is fucking giggling, god damn it. Oh man. Alright, well, that being said, can you guys move your tokens now? Let me check. Yep,
I
alright,
can.
perfect.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to use Mage Hand to collect different branches, if I can.
sure thing. Make a survival check. If anybody's helping you, you can have advantage. If
I
not,
was
straight check.
collecting branches.
All right. So you guys can
I'll
either
search
both make
for, like-
survival checks, or you can give one advantage.
Myra,
grabbed
what's
the crate
your
before
dexterity?
leaving?
I have a +2 to survival.
You have +2 to survival? Oh, I also have a +2 to survival. I'll still give it to you so you can get advantage. I'll choose your luck.
So I heard
We've
two
lost
things.
connection to the server. Attempts to reestablish.
Oh my god. Let's go!
Let's fucking go.
Try it one more time. There you go. I heard a couple of things. So I heard something from Spike, and I heard something from
17.
Ingot. I think Ingot was first, so go ahead, Seth.
Since my rest has been disturbed, I will try and look under logs and stuff for bugs, insects, anything kind of edible.
Alright. Easy
That's
enough.
actually a good idea. I'm
Make
gonna do
a
that.
survival check as well. Go ahead, Spike. What were you trying to do?
I grabbed the crate before we left the area outside the mine just for wood. So
Mhm.
I'll put that in the pile.
Alright. Easy enough. So, between the likes of you all, you guys are trying to make your fire. 15, 15. Yeah, you guys are able to make a little...
17.
Or 17? Oh, my bad. Between the likes of you, you guys are able to make a small little campsite over here off to the side. That being said, if you... Or looking over towards Zephyr and Roland for a couple of moments... You guys are traveling off, or kind of where you saw the rabbits, correct?
I was gonna say perception just to look for animals and stuff.
Alright. I'll say this is more of survival, to be honest. You're looking for not only animals, but you're looking for tracks or anything like that.
Yeah, there's no difference, so...
4.
Saw
Ooh.
that rope.
Roland, can you...
Oh, I mean, it's
Spike,
better
I
than
think
nothing.
are you coming with us, Spike?
I thought I was.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you're
so,
coming, you're coming.
they
So you
both-
just drop the crate, and then you just you drop the crate, added it to the fire, and then joined along with them. That being
Yeah, I
said,
just gave it to whoever was dealing with that.
Yeah,
Save our
alright.
terrible rolls.
Oh
No!
no, we are all walking eyes
How?
closed. We
that
We're
being
collecting
said,
sticks. Did I happen to see any tracks that I could point out?
probably not from over here, or over here. Actually, no, you wouldn't have. So with a 5, a 9, and a 4. All right, the 3 massive individuals of the party begin to trek forth into the snow. That being said, all right,
Good at that.
you guys begin to continue forth and looking and looking and looking and
This is
looking.
what happens when Amethyst leaves us.
That being said, you don't really, you sort of look around looking for tracks, animals, or anything for a decent bit. About 10 minutes, however, have passed, and not really much of anything has changed. That said, is there anywhere specific you guys are headed?
Along the way, Zephyr, finding at least a clean enough piece of snow, will stuff it into... I'm guessing we had flasks from the water supplies.
Flasks with the water supplies.
Because
No.
otherwise... Or what were we carrying it with then?
The water supplies. Oh, if you're talking about like the I know what you mean. You're trying to empty it and then just use it. Like, keep in mind they have water in them, like in themselves right now, so you got to empty out
Oh,
the
do they?
water. Yeah. That's
Okay,
not-
well,
We used up all the supplies. We have 0.
Oh, did you?
yeah,
Oh, okay, my bad.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all empty.
Brain,
So-
We do all
brain
empty.
hurty, brain fart. Yeah, you do have the stuff then.
So yeah, for now, Zephyr will just put the cleanest bit of snow he can into them, just to let them melt.
Okie dokie. All right.
And he's gonna keep an eye out for movement. Hopefully, I can do a perception check instead and redeem my luck.
Make a perception check. The DC is
Yay!
higher, but you can make a perception check.
God damn it!
Why did he send the worst to
Zephyr
do
was
this?
not a hunter.
Oh
Did I
man.
try one too?
The DC's
You got
gonna be even
advantage on
higher after
sight.
that one.
That bear sucks.
You gotta just racket it all the way up. certainly try.
You see them failing this at a distance?
No, because they go out. They go out a minute.
At this rate, we can find our way back.
Finally!
19.
You got an inspiration point that you can put into that if you want to.
So you don't find.
Actually, I have a few inspiration points that I'm sitting on.
Go
Should've
ahead
put that
if
in.
you want to add anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw
Wait,
one
why is-
in there
Hold on 1 second.
because the big gal is hungry.
Okay. So, with at least a 20. So with the 20 at the least, you do see something, not necessarily animals. You do see animals, but they seem to be further off to kind of where the rabbits were earlier. And you do see that they're still over there, but they're kind of like hiding. They didn't seem to have gone, or they haven't seemed to have gone too far. But another thing of notice is off further down this path, off to this direction over here, you guys see as there is a clearing not too far from here, and it seems to have like a sort of frozen river, just out and about. It seems to be a little bit of a clearing between that, or between the woods themselves. Honestly, with a 20, not that bad of an area for a campsite, if you wanted that one, but that's completely up to you. That said, you see a clearing over there, and you see the animals over here, off in this direction. Where you guys want to go, or what do you want to do?
Roland, this isn't a hush voice. What kind of abilities do you have? And he's looking him over while he's doing this, just checking him out.
He shows you a mall, a wooden, basically like, looks kind of like a bat. And he's, well, I can swing this.
Okay. Here, I'm guessing you're not wearing heavy armor, from the looks of it, so you're not going to get a disadvantage on stealth. So I'm going to give you the spear. How about we swap for now? I think you're gonna be more suited to this for hunting. I'm not exactly the best for this.
He just takes his spear and hands you the maul and tries to act as he's definitely good with the weapon that you just handed him.
I'm no bear, man. I'm no bear.
That being said, I've added the weapons into your inventory.
Alright.
Okay, Roland, you go over to the east, circle around, Spike, go over the log, both of you stay quiet. If one goes one way,
keep in mind,
the other
Zephyr, you have no idea where the buddies are, only Spike does.
Oh, I thought she really did.
No, she never did.
Sorry.
Never got a chance to.
Yeah, I would. Bunnies.
Okay.
I would bunny.
Bunny. Okay.
Yeah, I when you pointed like this directions is that.
Okay. Well, what I said. You go over east, you go west, circle around them. I will only startle them myself.
Alright. That being
Roland
said,
will
Stay
display.
silent.
Roland will display his survival abilities by first, with a face of question, does that east.
Skill point.
oh man, that being said, are you guys just walking up or are you stealthing?
I suppose I would be stealthing as I was instructed to stealth.
You got it. Make a stealth
Leader
check.
ability, yay!
Oh man.
But
Oh,
I didn't say
man.
I have done it much before. I didn't.
I know exactly why this fails. I'll get to that in a moment. That being said, Spike, are you just walking or are you stealthing? Your choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Alright, make a stealth check.
Come on, don't be shitty this time. Please.
Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. I need to check something. You know what that means. All right, so
That's a
two things that happen. So, Spike, as you begin to sort of almost assume like a sort of a stealthy position, sort of trying to look towards each and every bits of the cracks in the wood of this giant sort of log, you begin to crouch down, and it almost feels natural to you, as if you kind of remember sort of stealthing and kind of hunting in this way. And as this begins to happen, you feel almost a surge of memories begin to flood into you, and you gain proficiency in stealth. Oh boy, there you go. As you recall something that you were good at back in a previous life. That being said, as you're basically like you're sort of Mission Impossible stealthing over here, you immediately look over off to the side towards Roland. And Roland, I need you to, or as you're sort of going across this little area, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I forgot to ask how thick the well is ice. Fuck. Sorry.
Okay.
16. So good news is you don't fall in, but the bad news is you both begin to hear a huge sort of cracking sound below that of your feet, Roland. Everybody else is able to hear it except for those all the way back at kind of making a camp over there. But Roland, you nearly have to dive out of the way to or avoid from falling into the ice yourself. As you do, you jump over, and oh boy, let's roll for these guys. 15. You immediately see as the bunnies begin to take off. However, you see as there are 3 in nature, and they are beginning to sprint off. Or as they're beginning to do so, what are you 3 doing? Oh boy.
Zephyr will just do a kind of like a whistle, and hopefully that instructs them to take action against them before they get away.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump up and try to whack-a-mole.
All right, you rush over. That being said, oh man.
Fear is throwable, by the way.
So, Spike, I'm assuming you are rushing towards them and dashing?
Yep.
Oh gosh, alright. That being said, hold on, let's measure this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Alright, you gotta use your entire action to dash and chase after them. That being said, as you're getting closer, you just sort of almost like a mad woman with a giant maul in your hand, chasing after them, getting ready to bring the maul onto their frame. Roland, what are you doing off to the side?
I would also try to run towards them or I suppose if I run around this point and try to throw the spear.
All right, you rush over, and as you do, you immediately chuck the spear towards the bunny. Let's see what you got. Make an attack roll. I will say. That's not bad. 17. Wait. Oh, hold on. It's glitched. It has the freaking one thing from earlier. For some reason.
Damn.
No, it's a glitch where it happened in Rime of the Frost Maiden for whatever reason. It's a glitch where basically it makes all of the AI's freaking armor classes 13,000. I don't know why. It just multiplies it by 10,000.
They're just really, really fast rabbits.
Yeah, they're just this bunny is an actual god. Sorry about that, guys.
Stands and takes the spear and then just gives you the middle finger.
That being said, they're a
One
literal bunny. They only have 1 hit point. You throw the spear and you see as it begins to completely eviscerate them and almost pinning them directly to the sort of tree stump off to the side. As this happens, the two other bunnies begin to jump down and try to keep on running away. That said, Spike, what are you trying to do to stop them?
I just want to hit them.
All right, what do you do? So they are
Rabbit pancake.
That being said, hold on, how fast are they? It's gonna take you a little bit. I'll tell you what, make a dexterity check as you're sort of chasing them throughout the snow after them, because these guys are fast. They are fast, but you might be faster. Let's find out.
Wait, you said what kind of check? Sorry.
Dexterity.
Dexter.
Oh boy.
We sent the worst hunting party I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we needed amethyst, okay?
Oh no!
I mean, I'm here to save the day. I'm here.
Oh, is there any reason you have advantage or anything?
None of them have proficiency.
That's disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. With a 9, you see as they just begin to haul ass, and as they begin to traverse, It seems to be that as you're running and chasing after them, they're too fast for you. Too fast. That said, the good news is there is one at least was slain and eviscerated, but that spear left a huge carving into them, so you'll have to look at the kill later. That being said, while all of that is happening over here, meanwhile, back at camp, Navro, Ingot, and Myra, what are you three doing?
I was searching for bugs.
So.
Alright, what'd you get on your bug check, Ingot?
9.
9? So strangely enough, you look around and you don't find many animals here, like kind of at all. Not even bugs or insects. You haven't, now that you kind of think about it, you haven't even really seen or heard a bird or anything like crickets or anything like that at all.
I'm in the area.
Say it again?
I was just making a joke that it was.
Oh. That being said, with a 9, nah, you're not able to find anything, not even bugs. What about the rest of you? What are you doing?
Well, Myra and I were making a campfire.
Alright. So, if you're making a campfire, we'll just use this little area right here, as a little campfire. Alright, give me one moment. Production value, but first, I'm gonna... Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Hold up.
It gets better?
It gets better.
I don't believe it.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
fire.
Uh-huh. But, you forgot the coloring. You forgot the coloring. Boom! Look at that. Oh my god.
I did not have this technology yesterday. What the hell? We're living in the future right now, guys.
Oh. It gets better. You want to see an animation? It's not the correct animation, but it's an animation itself. Watch this. Holy crap. Boom!
Oh. God, did we light the forest?
Fire.
Okay, it's not that bright,
You
but
got the
still.
sun.
It's not that bright, but still.
Destroyed
We
the
collected
forest.
so much wood. Holy shit. We're gonna burn down the forest.
Oh, man.
Throw a match in it
Going
and
to end
combust.
winter.
But yeah, there you go. All right, that being said, jokes aside, you guys are, we'll just use this as like to represent the fire for now. But that said, what are you guys doing?
I'd like
Using
to-
the... Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, investigate the trees real quick before I start doing a long rest, because I got nothing else I need. See if there's anything on them, like a nest or something with eggs.
Yeah, make an investigation check for us.
Oh no, why investigation?
Oh, so we're gonna do this so it's like less grading on the eyes.
Please, no. Yeah, no.
No.
5? Nah, you don't find anything.
Okay, then I just sit down and stare at the fire for 4 hours.
All right, so you're going out of commission for that. That said, Navro, Ingot, you guys doing anything else?
I'll search for edible plants, because there seems to be no creatures.
Alright, make another survival check for me. Edible plants, from what you can tell, I mean, there's another handful of just general trees and wildlife. Nothing, you look around, you don't find any, berries per se, but you do see again, there's a handful of greenery. Most of it seems to be snowed over, though, but you could collect that if you would want to. That being said, you also find, just in your general checks around, more and more materials to be used, but I believe you guys are completely stocked up on materials. Yeah, so it kind of just goes left over and not really of use at the moment.
Well, if the plant matter seems edible, I will collect it and eat it.
Alright. That said, with your 19, I will say that, it's gonna be enough, but you're gonna be pushing it for sure. And it'll only be kind of for yourself at this point. But you're able to find enough sustenance, in that of just edible plants for probably at least a day's worth. That said, party resources goes up by 1 for food. Alright. And...
I actually have something I need to do with Nabro that I forgot.
Trying to look for anything.
Myra thinks of him as Magic Man.
Magic man.
I do want to approach him with the glowing arm and have him look at the thing, because he seems to have voices talk to him. Therefore, he must be smart.
I'm very smart. Because of the fact that voices talk to me.
Yeah. Alright.
So you go up and do that, or?
I'm like off thing. I don't know what's going on with that, but whatever.
Yeah, it's not an actual grid.
Okay.
It's all an illusion. But no, there is no grid for now.
I want to hold out the glowing arm to him and show him the 2 dots that were on the gauntlets as well.
I kind of look up at him, stand up, and examine the middle. I press each one like they're a button. Does anything happen?
Wait, explain exactly what you do again.
I'm gonna take her hand and I'm gonna like. There's a small dot in the middle of her palm, correct?
Like on each one, I thought magnetic or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like boop it, you know.
All right, just boop it.
Hmm.
Okay.
And
Just like a tap, like pop.
Yeah.
All right. From what you can tell, it seems that you kind of feel something with your mark, this sort of star upon the palm of your hand. You're not necessarily pressing them together, but it kind of begins to sort of grow with a little bit of a pain. Not anything like to take damage, but it just sort of hurts slightly on your end, Navro.
I'll take off my glove, and I'm going to look at the star. And it's not glowing or anything?
It's writhing with shadows as usual.
Okay, as per. I'm gonna take
A little more than
both her
before, though.
hands.
A little more than before.
Okay. I'm gonna take both of her hands and get them to like cup together as close as I can get them, since they're magnetic. And I'm gonna put my hand over both of them.
So keep in mind, they're magnetic in the sense where they repel against one another. Myra, I'm assuming
how far can they go? Like,
they
get to,
can
like,
press
here?
and everything. It's just a little bit of resistance, you know.
Okay, well,
I just let him do whatever he wants with my arms at the current moment.
You got it. But you do hear, as it's funny because like as you're doing this, you just hear bits of cracking and just because again, remember your arm is like dislocated. You guys are both like it's awful.
We did resocket it. It hurts.
Oh yeah,
enough.
yeah. That's right. That's true. But it's not nice sounds. That said, as you place them together like this, and then you place your hand on top of it, over the top part, yeah, nothing seems to happen. But yeah, nothing seems to happen.
I take one in particular and I'm gonna touch it, like to my palm.
Which one?
The right one.
The one with the mark or the
Right
one
one
without
that's glowing.
The right one is the one that's glowing, correct?
it? For Myra?
Yes.
Yes.
I take her right hand then, and I'm
Okay.
gonna like firmly press my mark onto hers.
Do 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 do.
No.
Finn, you know what this means.
God damn it. Why?
Alright. Oh boy. Hey, Myra and Navro, I need you both to make the highest saving throws you possibly have for me.
Dang.
It's time for a blast from the past. Oh, goodness.
I don't even know if it's a blast from the past in this case.
Oh!
Natural 20 and a 22. Oh my god. All right. Huh.
I think you
Now,
thought we would do worse on this.
now this brings a smile to my face. Oh boy, wait, and it's these two fucking marks. And you said the glowing one, right?
Yes.
Wait, do I have 2 marks?
Yes, one on your left and one on the right. One seems to be a golden
Oh.
dot. The other one seems to be sort of a darkened dot with shadow. Oh boy. All right. If that is the case, here's what happens. You guys are level 1, at the moment. Well. All right. Okay. Here's what I need you to do, both of you. Myra, pick a memory.
The imprisonment.
Okay. Good to know. Navro, pick a memory.
Will I say it out, or it's the DM to do it?
This is to me, the DM.
The group, the party.
Okay. Like this current one, right?
Uh,
Or okay, gotcha. That being said, oh boy, and you can DM me further for clarification if you need to. Okay, we'll come back to you in a moment. Oh boy, cause yeah, shit's about to go down. That being said, meanwhile over here with the bunny, Roland, Spike, and Zephyr, what are you three doing off to the side?
Zephyr would have made his way over.
Let's get some things done.
How did you guys do?
They ran off.
Roland's just going to pick the spear that has the one bunny in there. I got one.
Hey, good
Nice
job.
one.
And you'll hand your mates back, and if you want to.
Yeah, he gladly takes it back.
Okay, I'll take the spear back. Well, not all it's bad. Zephyr's gonna have a look around. Seeing as the rabbits were gathering here, is there any food about, like, that the rabbits would have been feasting on, or any tracks?
Just a couple of plants, from what you can tell. That scene, I mean, they're frozen over, but it's just plants, that's all.
Okay, I'm guessing they're not edible?
For you guys, nah, probably not.
Okay, Zephyr will, take a branch, kind of like a nice straight branch from one of the trees, get out his carpenter tools, and he's going to start fashioning traps, to place around. So, adding like those little hairpin traps, getting the rope that he had, and I'm guessing that's still on him, and he's going to fashion some of the noose ones.
Alright. As you begin to do so, alright. You're gonna have to split it between people, but you're able to gain, at the very least, 2 resources of food. Oh boy, let me mark that down as soon as I can find it. Pop, there we go.
Hey,
Big bunny.
Alright. Granted, you're gonna be cutting, like, you're gonna be cutting corners for this one, but it'll at least be something, you know? It's not a good time. Alright.
hopefully in the morning, if this works, you can get more. Am I able to make the traps?
Yeah. For the trap specifically, my bad. Make a survival check. If someone wants to help you, you can make it with advantage.
I would love that.
There you
I
go.
don't
Sorry
trust
about
myself.
I
More
got
time.
15,
I trust you.
14.
15 and 14 seems to be well done. Make a little note and check of that. All right. But it seems to be pretty well done. That said, as you sort of lay the final trap down, what would you guys like to do next?
I will. No point heading too far away from the group. We got one part. See how they are doing. You guys with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While we're making the traps, I guess we have a little bit of time to chat. I guess I'll look at
Yeah.
Zephyr and say, how did you know that thing was okay? That came out of the tree. Have you seen it before?
It's a bit complex to describe. I worship a god myself, and in turn he has given me powers. With these powers, I was able to see semblances of, well, in his case, a large amount of celestial energy in him. Now, whether he is an angel or a god, I know his intentions are to be good, and that no hostility was from him.
So, this place is just weird.
What's the story with you then? I mean, I know you don't really remember much, but do I see the eye on her hammer?
It's close at the moment.
Oh, it's
Okay.
close? Okay.
Yeah, it's all like for reference. It's been closed this entire time, like the entire campaign.
Okay.
We
I
just have
would've
it on the
kno-
art for
yeah.
reference, you know. Yeah.
I don't think we ever showed off the artwork. At least
Yeah, we did.
last session.
All right, here you go,
Okay.
Finn. Just for you, buddy.
I'm very proud of it, man.
It's so good! It's so good!
I love it.
It's fucking sick.
Wow,
Yep.
it's amazing. How tall is Spike again?
I mean, originally I put her at like 5'8", but like, she doesn't look 5'8".
No.
I think she's like a good,
Somewhere like near 7, I'm pretty sure.
not that big, but like she's not
Like
a
6'3".
Goliath or anything, but like, let's say like 5'10", 6 foot.
You're just old giant.
Yeah,
It's
we are
still the
pretty big.
group of giants.
It's just like everybody in the group is just a bunch of JoJo characters.
Sensei, I did forget to ask something. Do I remember that I worship a god?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You have his
I was just
literal
like-
face on your shoulder pad.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to make sure.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Is he
Like,
asking
Hey.
for shoulder pad?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually on the pauldron of his actual art.
Let me get it from
That's very good.
Photoshop.
So yeah, there's the eye is closed, but no
Mhm.
one has mentioned yet that I look really weird.
How weird?
Well, I mean,
Beautiful.
I have.
What are you
I
talking
have-
about?
This was out of game that I was saying this. No one said anything about my eyes yet. Just
Nope.
saying.
I thought
Yeah,
that
I'm literally a mushroom.
Yeah.
I
Wasn't that
was gonna get around to it.
What'd you say?
I was thinking, wasn't that one of the first things that Navro said? Was like her eyes? Or
You
was it-
didn't mention the eyes. You looked into, like, you tried
I
to
just-
discern what the eyes were. If they were, if you were able to tell anything for it. You just didn't actually ask about it though.
So from her perspective, I just went like, "Huh?" And then just
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
okay.
Wait, does he even know she's got glowing eyes?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to just tell. I'm pretty sure.
But if you yourself have glowing eyes, can you tell that you have glowing eyes?
Well, I mean,
Unfair.
it's not like a flashlight, but
No.
it's still
Be cool.
very
That'd be
apparent.
so cool.
You're not like the Mothman, just like
I don't know, man. Like 120 feet of just a beam of light looking all over the place.
Hold on, I got you
That sounds
guys.
so
like a
cool.
light-
that'd be useful.
I
that'd be
got
very
you.
cool.
You know how terrifying that would be if like that came out of the fog, just wong. Just scanning.
That's essentially War of the Worlds. That's like
Yeah.
half the scare of the tripods in those.
Don't
Well,
worry. All right,
I
Spike
find
has
them
been
quite,
activated.
Well, I think
Now I'm gonna
Oh,
ask,
God.
what the fuck are those eyes?
a beautiful purple light shining. Can you close your eyes for a second?
Have you done something with your eyes? They look
Why?
different today.
There you go.
Well,
Positively beaming.
we all got some bit of strangeness to us, and well, I figured I wouldn't ask, seeing as, well, I think we all know the answer to questions about ourselves. Speaking of, Roland, I'm guessing you don't remember anything, but remember anything? Are you the odd one out?
Well, I can't really say I remember much. All I can say that tavern I saw earlier looked very much like home.
The
Like home.
tavern?
Yeah. Didn't
Didn't
you
you see?
the freaking
No.
hat man who didn't even offer us drinks even though he owns a tavern?
I saw only the void.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
saw
mean,
it.
many can say that about taverns, I suppose.
An actual void, but
I don't get it.
and he just gets a splinter in his finger. This wood's not exactly the greatest. It's frozen, brittle. Just hope they don't snap.
That being said, hey, two things from you. Zephyr, 1, make a perception check, and 2, question, did you tell Spike about the whole celestial fiend thingy or no?
I did not.
Gotcha. Good to know. And with a 6, good to know. Okay.
I can do that to myself for now.
I think every one of them has a +0 to perception.
Yeah.
And we sent them to look for
The
food.
scouting party.
Scouting
I
party.
mean, at least Spike has advantage.
Mr. Magoo's Alia.
And now you've realized the perks of having the spotter. Oh man.
Do
That's
you know anything about your eyes, anyways?
What do you mean?
Well, they're glowing, and
What do you-
well, I'm not sure about you, but mine aren't.
What do you... My eyes are glowing?
Yeah.
Oh, she does actually know. Yeah.
What do you mean my eyes are glowing? Ridiculous.
He'll kind of like, he'll get your hammer, well, if you'll allow, or at least something metal, and try and show you a reflection.
There
there's
is
not
the
really
ice.
metal.
There's also the ice below,
there's
so
ice?
you could. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
Roland nearly fell into earlier. So if you want to just like
Okay.
look down,
Yeah, I'll drop down to my knees and like brush away the snow that's on the ice and...
keep in mind it's all the way down here. You're on a cliff at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'll jump down, I guess.
Oh,
No, don't go back. Miss, no, not that. Oh,
yeah,
no.
Spike.
It's not that important, is it?
Hey, Spike.
Yes.
Where exactly do you
Okay,
jump?
fine, I'll take like a leap off the cliff and like land.
All right, make an athletics check. The DC ain't that crazy, but just make an athletics check.
Sure. And I mean, I am pretty good at
Yeah,
athletics
yeah.
stuff.
DC ain't
I don't-
like terrible. It was more of the see if you fail sort of thing. Natural 20. Oh my.
No, I get that.
Yeah, you already have athletics. I'm
so many
pretty sure.
natural 20s this session. What the hell?
So,
Yeah,
I
for
mean, hey,
some.
Spike, that's a natural 20 for a total of 25. If you want to tell and describe exactly how you leap off this thing, do a hero landing, hey, go for it. Describe your success.
I guess she's not gonna do it really with flair or anything, because right now she's like, "What the fucking hell are you talking about? My eyes are glowing." So she'll just like and jump off and do a perfect 3-point landing and sweep off the snow on the ice and look down.
Easy enough. As you begin to do, you see as your eyes, they have this sort of strange purplish tint. And as you begin to look to them, or almost kind of into them, Spike, make a history check for me. Sorry, chat. I meant to mute, my bad. 10. You look towards them and you swear you don't remember seeing them, but then at the same time you kind of feel as if you remember seeing a similar coloring, almost multiple eyes, similar to yours, somewhere else. You're not entirely sure where or why. It's like you're almost on the cusp of remembering something, but you just can't. Something is preventing it. Some sort of key. You're not entirely sure. It doesn't make any sense. But why doesn't it make sense?
Come on, we're finished up with the traps. Could think it over while having cooking. How about it? You'll give a hand to pull her up. Hey, they look pretty though. It's a nice color, nice shade.
Thanks. I guess it could be worse. At least I'm not dead.
If you are.
God, I hope so.
Not that I could tell. No.
Alright. So, you guys are, correct me if I'm wrong, are you guys returning back to the pseudo campsite?
Easy.
Alright. Well, as you guys are walking forth and all that stuff, you guys can drag your tokens and whatnot. And then we return to this. How's it going? Oh, you just yeet yourself across the thing.
Into the void.
Natural 20. Still going.
So, oh, we didn't get to. I'll make sure to. Don't forget. Okay, do not forget. So, as this is sort of happening, meanwhile towards Navarro and Myra. Also, Ingrid, are you watching this or are you underneath your crate?
I have yet to return to my crate because I'm eating the food I found.
Okay. So, alrighty, and you made your saving throws before 22 and 27. Alright, here's what happens. So, as you begin to place the palms of your hands onto one another, specifically where the marks are, the sort of black star towards the golden dot of radiance. You see.
Wait, are the hands shining?
Myra's is.
I go put my hand with them because it's sparkling.
Which one?
I put. Does my hand glow at all? The marked one?
Yeah, every now and again, yeah, it does.
I put my glowing hand with the shiniest hand then.
Just on top or palm to palm?
Yeah.
Just on. So which one?
I just put my glowing hand on top of the other glowing one.
All right. Good to know. Oh boy. Well.
The right one is the one with the gold dot, and the left one is the one with the black dot, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. I have to fact check that every now and again. But that said, all right. First things first, let's handle between you two. As this begins to happen, you guys watch as both of your arms begin to immediately course with or more and more of that astral light. Now, granted, Myra, yours already had it, but it seems to go even further up towards that of your entire, or towards your entire shoulder, and going across that of your chest towards your neck area and rising slower and slower. As it begins to happen to you, Navarro, you look towards that of the arm of your your arm, and you see this as well, sort of coursing with this astral light, again, blue, greens, and purples. And as it begins to do so, or as it does so, you feel weaker and weaker, almost your strength being drained and consumed from you. And Navarro, you begin to hear this in your head as it begins to happen. This is again over the course of this sort of event. Oh boy. Where is it? And... one moment, please. There we go. Kill. Consume. Destroy. Join. Cataclysm. All in a strange language. The last word, though you're kind of unsure of the other ones and what they mean, but you hear that word, cataclysm. And the way it's sort of said, it doesn't seem normal. A different language. However, as this is all happening, Myra, you hear in your head this. Return. Save. As this begins to happen, Navra, check your DMs in 1 minute. Oh boy.
Specifically, am I able to discern what language that the last word was spoken in?
Yes, you do.
And what is it?
You learn one word. The first word, and that of... oh boy. Well, you don't know the name of the language, but you're able to discern this because you looked at it before and I was keeping tabs on it. Navra, do you remember that language that you saw in the, when you first awoken? Those words? It seems to be a similar language.
Is it the same?
It's not the same word, but it's a similar language. I'm going to DM you what that is in a moment. Give me a couple minutes. I have to go. I have to dive into that. Also, 1 second. Thank you, Play Nerd Allies, for the raid. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Oh boy. And then Ingot, you place your hand on top of, now at this point, because they did this is kind of like right after, you would see as their hands begin to turn into sort of an astral light, the glowing does seem to kind of stop. Are you still placing your hand on top of theirs or not?
I think I will.
I don't think I got much more room for astral light left. Could have reached my head at this rate.
Oh boy.
You think I want to pull my hand back as he reaches? If possible.
Alright, it should be there. Check your DMs and that is the language that it is. But yeah. There you go.
Is mine in common or?
Yours is in hold on, make sure I got this
I only
right.
know common and abyssal.
Yeah, it's you're able to understand it. In fact, you're able to see it.
Oh.
The physical thing that you actually see is just a figure. Kind of like as the word was said, you just see a figure returning. You're not able to make any like specific shapes out of it or anything like that. It's just a figure returning, and then you just see the kind of the act of saving. It's kind of these sort of weirdly strong bits of imagery just sort of playing out amongst your head. That said,
and through this, I only hear the words.
You only hear the word, but you can now speak that word if you ever want to.
And it was specifically, was it kill or was it a cataclysm?
Cataclysm.
Cataclysm, okay.
Or you can speak and read it. There you go.
So that's what the gold dot did with the black star. Interesting.
That said, Ingot, you received an inspiration point from chat, but and also at this point, you three would have eventually returned, and you would have seen this happening.
Wait, Spike returned?
Yeah, like all three
Spike
of
was the one with
everybody's
the
returned.
golden symbol, right?
No, I got
Yours
the
are turning in
square.
Myra's
No.
head.
Oh, purple square and
Purple
yellow
square.
eye.
Yep,
Who had the yellow eye?
Yeah,
Myra or Spike.
yeah, I did.
Spike does have the yellow eye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gears are turning in Myra's head right now.
Alright. So, as you guys approach, you see as their arms are sort of coursing with that astral light. What are you guys saying? What are you guys doing?
I want to take my hand away and approach Spike.
I'm going to. I was just waiting for you to finish. But,
as they separate, are they still coursing with astral light, the both of them?
I haven't
yes.
touched their hands.
Okay.
Yeah, you just touched
Yeah,
the
like-
palm. You just touched like on top of their hands, like a sort of, you know, team effort, like everybody hands in sort of thing, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
With my shoddy left arm, can I hold it out, palm out?
Oh,
The black
shit.
symbol.
Well, no, not yet. Not high enough level. Never mind.
Okay.
No,
Wait,
that
what?
was just in my brain. Go ahead.
If black did that with yellow, what would it do if I did it with her? Is what Myra's thinking.
Do you
With
just
the,
go up and walk
black
up and
dot.
high five her?
I hold up my hand, see if she, the bad one, see if she grabs it.
Keep in mind, it's coursing with an astral light, by the way. It's not looking
Oh
too
no,
good.
it's not the right one. It is the left one with the black dot.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
You know, just fuck with the other hand as well. Make it even.
Also,
man.
Spike, you received an inspiration point from Raven.
Same did Ingot.
Oh boy, here we go.
Point to the symbol
How
hand with
would
the
I-
other
yeah.
arm.
Well, seeing that you still look okay,
Surprisingly.
fuck it. I accept my hand too.
I see Ducky freaking out. No! Alright,
Is
that
that
being
bad?
said, here's what I need from both of you. I need you, Myra, to make the highest saving throw with disadvantage this time. Spike, I need you to make the highest saving throw you've got. Oh boy.
Need you disadvantage.
Control. Oh my god, here we go.
Did it do it?
Oh wait, hold on, real quick, before you actually don't roll yet. How much health do you have? Okay, we have a conversation, real quick, Myra. That one doesn't count, because there's a couple of other things in play. Alright, boy, you're at this point, and yeah, that's not a lot of health, my friend. Okay, Myra. Before you do this and all this stuff, I need to make I am obligated to make something clear to do this.
Please do.
Oh boy. You have suffered astral damage. Now, keep in mind, though you don't know what you're doing at the moment, I will at least preface and say, this is, from what you can tell, at least a little bit dangerous. And I will be honest with you. If it goes very, very poorly and very, very bad and things are not in your favor, you can potentially suffer cosmic death. Well, to explain what cosmic death is, essentially it means that not only do you die as Myra, but all of your characters, including Auroraverse and many more, also die.
Oh, I know how cosmic death works.
I know, but I have to explain it every single time. On top of that, you will be erased from existence as well as all your other characters. Are you sure you want to continue with this?
No, I do not, because I did not realize astral damage could do that.
Oh boy. That being said, alright, you got at least a little bit of an out. So, I need you, because the thing is, here's the issue with this. You extended your hand out and Spike was the one who actually took the action to do it. So you see the issue, you're not the one who can take it away.
Wait, can I... Wait, can I do the high five thing where I go, ooh, too slow?
You can certainly
And I mean,
try.
to be fair, Spike did take a few seconds to, like many few seconds to be like,
I
I
will.
just didn't know if Myra was smart enough to know what astral damage even was.
I will allow this to an extent, but this is before we get into the thick of things. That being said, Myra, make a deception check. Make it a damn good one, please. Oh God. 12. Is that the final roll?
That's all I can do.
That is not enough. All right, here we go into the thick of things. All right. Spike, what was your highest saving? Yep, Spike, I need you to make the highest saving throw you've got. Myra, I need you to make the best one that you possibly can. If you got inspiration, you may want to use it. You got DM's inspiration, you may want to use it. But the choice is ultimately yours.
I think I have like 2 currently. Just
Boy.
inspiration.
All right.
I got 4 right now.
That being said, let's see what you got.
Alright.
Ooh, that was nearly a 1. Jesus.
I'm gonna use
I will-
all my inspiration points. To make
Yeah,
On who?
HP.
same.
On who? You or Myra?
Oh, yeah, I guess I should help her out.
Because inspiration points can go to anyone. But it's only
Like
one
use-
person can give inspiration points to another person.
So I couldn't, like, give her 2 and keep 2 for myself on this roll.
No.
I'm gonna use 2.
Alright, so 2 from you, and then also Spike is giving, how much?
Wait, so you're using 2 of your own?
Yeah, I had 2, and that's it.
Okay.
Everyone else got like 30.
Okay, so if
I got 0 left.
if she used them, I wouldn't be able to gift to her, right?
Say that one more time. Let me, recheck and make sure and confirm. Oh, Mr. T, has responded to me. That's good. Oh boy.
Someone gifted you an inspiration point,
It doesn't
Myra.
it doesn't get affected after the roll is said, because that's, you know, cheating.
I'm just saying, at least.
Let me check. Oh, is it right here? Okay. Oh no, I am wrong. Only one person may apply inspiration points to a roll. Never mind. You have to choose who is applying inspiration points to who.
Did you get a 14? I got a 13. I don't think either of us pass.
Well, I'm
But
gonna.
I got 6 HP. You?
Yeah, I'm fine, probably.
Did I? 'Cause this is
I
an
got
action,
8, but hey,
technically.
whatever.
This
But,
is
I
an
mean,
action
you-
technically, right?
Say it again? You're just shaking their hand.
holding
It's
it.
not an action. You have... I just need the roll or whatever. What are you trying to do?
Damn,
for me,
I
Linda?
was gonna say if I could activate my form of dread as well.
Probably, unless you can do it as a reaction, probably not.
No, it's a bonus action.
No.
Seeing as I noticed what was occurring beforehand, Zephyr's gonna do the divine sense while they touch hands.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Okay. So, well, Myra can use her inspiration points, and I can use mine, like on our own.
Yeah,
rolls, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
gonna use 2 on mine.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. So you're bumping up Myra to a 15, correct?
Yeah.
All right. That said, and then how much is Spike going to, or how much you add into yourself, Spike?
I mean, I guess we could do the opposite. So, like, if Myra, I'm sorry, this is complicated. If Myra gives me her 2 points and I give her my 4,
Yeah, you could do that.
that works.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll do that.
Because well, you have more at stake.
I will say that the only person in risk of cosmic death at the moment is Limbit.
Yeah, I do have more than one character.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, you can.
Well, it's not even just that. You're just more at risk right now.
Oh yeah, that too.
So,
All right,
All right.
so yeah, so mine goes up to a 16, and hers goes up to 17.
alrighty. That being said, I need final confirmation. And also to preface, you guys can stack. So, if Myra or if Spike wants to have inspiration points from herself, and then or Myra also give her inspiration points to add to Spike's roll and just stack it onto one person, you guys can do that. That being said, so I have Myra at a 17 and Spike at a 16. Knowing all that information, is that the final roll that you guys are doing? Are you locking that in? Last chance.
Guess so.
That's the best we can do right now.
We did something stupid. Consequences are coming.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I didn't realize astral damage could lead to cosmic death.
Oh boy, here we go.
I was kind of expecting something fucked up like that.
Into that sense, a 17 and a 16 will not beat the DC of 20 as per usual with all of these sort of things that happened. Oh boy. Alright. That is another unfortunate roll.
Wait. I do have something though for damage.
Mm-hmm.
I have resistance or something resistance.
You ain't resistant to this, I'll tell you that much.
No, not that. It's what the
Let's
hell
see,
is it?
reaction.
Features.
Arcane focus. I do not see anything as a reaction.
It's
You're resistant
one
to
of those-
poison damage. That is
it's
all.
one of those God, it's one of those things we chose before we began.
Supernatural
On that
gifts.
list. Yeah. It's resist damage.
Unscarred resilience. Ah, I see.
Yes.
You may want to use that right now.
Yes.
You may want to use it. All right. That being
It's a
said,
D12, so give me a second. I can roll this in advance.
I need to roll d12. Well, 8. Okay. Good to know. That being said, oh god, I wish you all the best of luck. Oh man. Oh boy. Which marks do you have? You have the purple. Okay. There are things. I don't want to do this. That being said, Myra or Spike, which one of you want to roll a d4?
Flip a coin.
Oh.
You'll do. All right. Roll a d4, and please don't roll a 4. All right, Spike. So
Good or
there's
bad?
good news. Oh boy. So here's what happens. Myra, you take a total of 2 + 5, 7 points of damage, which would have killed you and caused cosmic death. That being said, you have unscarred resilience. You're able to reduce it or reduce the 7 damage to 0 because of unscarred resilience. Here's what happens as this occurs. So as you begin to channel in that of this sort of fury, you've already been marked, you've already been torn into pieces and ripped to shreds and having your humanity taken from you. As this begins to happen, you see as more and more of the astral light begins to consume your entire form and almost begins to crystallize for a brief moment. However, for the first time, you guys begin to hear almost Myra just begin to almost just scream out in just this sort of anguish. And as it happens, you're able to shrug off a majority of it. However, Spike, as this happens, you watch as your entire form begins to slowly course with an astral light, going all the way up towards that of your neck and beginning to slowly consume that of your face. As it happens, bits and pieces of your form begin to slowly crystallize and jut out. And as it happens, you take 7 points of astral damage. Oh boy, it's always +5. That being said, you are reduced to 1 HP. If you would have rolled any higher than that... Oh boy.
Damn.
At this point, I need both of you now to both pick memories, as now we're in the last portions of it.
I forgot the last memory that I chose. Did I?
The imprisonment.
Yeah.
Do you want to choose that one again?
I thought it... I mean... Does something different happen?
You don't know. I know, but you don't.
Crime or whatever caused me to go into my crime or whatever.
Your crime or crying?
Crime. I mean, yeah, black ichor is coming out of my eyes at this point. Finn knows why.
Which one? I need a answer.
Crimes.
Crimes, gotcha. Okay. Good to know. That being said, you don't remember. Or anymore.
Oh.
Boom, boom, boom. Alright. For Spike, I need you to pick a memory. Oh boy.
I have to roll this because I'm cheating.
Oh boy.
Oh, is this what we're
go.
forgetting?
You'll find out.
Nylea.
Interesting. I need, actually, hold on. I need something a little bit more specific. Smaller scale.
A bear.
Okay. Alright, I can work with that. Alright, so... Spike, you don't remember, sort of those happenings with the, bear or anything like that anymore. Myra, you don't remember why the reason that you were chained up in the first place. Or put into this sort of armor. Or anything like that.
I never knew in the first place, so
There you
no
go.
big loss.
There you go. That being said, oh boy. Spike and Myra, you are again sort of same experience. You are dropped down onto the ground. You look over towards them, and their faces and arms and everything about them is almost completely crystallized as well. Just their entire form covered in this astral light. And as it does, what are the rest of you guys all doing?
Did I sense anything with the divine sense?
That's right. With the divine sense from the or you sense the same things from earlier, but also with this sort of astral light, you sense a heavy sort of I remember it was divine in nature.
May I ask?
But a strange type.
Would Zephyr be able to see Navro's like energy?
At this point, he would be able to now. You are within range. You're not like hiding behind anything, like full cover. So you do also understand Navro's nature of undead to an extent, and or like just humanoid.
Anything else?
No. Oh,
Okay.
Make a perception check.
Oh.
This is it's not an easy DC, but you can certainly try. Is the server breaking?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Here's what I need you to do, Finn. Hold on, let me see if it works. Okay. Try again.
Perception.
Go for it.
Attempting to reestablish. Let me just see.
Really? It lets me roll up. Nope, it broke again. All right. Here's what I need from you. Then just where's the channel? All right. Copy and paste this. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh god.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He knows everything.
Oh, I was like, wait.
Natural 20. Yeah.
No. What was the first one? Jesus. All right, a 10. Nah, you don't see anything else besides that.
No, the first one was a 16.
Was it? I see a 2.
Yeah, 16.
And then I see a 10. I see a 6.
16, yeah.
I do not see a 16 on my screen.
I can screenshot if you want me
I can
to.
screenshot too.
I mean, I believe you guys. I don't think you're gonna fucking lie. But it's the one above the 10, right?
It's 5, 11, and 16 are above 10.
Wait, so which one is the very, very first one then?
The very, very first one is
16.
16, then it goes 11, 5, then 10. So I
Okay.
assume you must
Yeah.
see only the 10.
Well,
Yeah, I see
regardless,
the
with the
same.
16, it actually doesn't really matter. With the 16, you still wouldn't have been able to see it, anyways.
Okay. Anyways, not to waste any time, I'm going to go and heal Myra and Spike.
All right.
Like needs it
With
more.
one hand.
Keep in mind, they are coursing with this sort of astral light at the moment, and they are almost
Yeah.
crystallized.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I'm going
say,
to
Can
do a
you
lay
move?
on hands just to stabilize them.
I'm gonna swat
just
him away
before
real
any
quick.
of that. I was gonna
Oh,
say,
man.
if there's astral light everywhere, I'm probably gonna touch it because that is quite shiny.
All right, go for it.
Away!
Zephyr and Ingot, as you guys begin to touch the astral light.
No, Zephyr will shout at Ingot to get the fuck away.
I completely ignore him. He is not shiny.
I
I'm going to activate my form of dread.
Oh my god. Alright.
Dead?
One at a time. One at a time, real quick. Okay, look, first thing that first, I want to handle one thing. Roland, what are you doing in this entire case scenario as you see all this happening in front of you?
Just looking confused as to what is going on and what kind of company he has found himself in. It seems quite chaotic, but he is like taking Zephyr as kind of a leader, his leader, and when he's yelling at Inga to stay away, he will like try to run and stop Inga.
Live with that one.
my god. That being said,
you,
real
man.
quick, Zephyr, how do you do lay on hands? Explain to me real quick. How
So he
about
kind of like
do that,
rubs his palms together and kind of just like. It's not. Is it a touch spell?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It's touched.
Oh.
Okay. Then he'll just lay a palm on them and kind of just. It'll kind of be a slight bit of crackling glow from his chest through his hands. Just like tiny little bit of static electricity.
Yeah, I
Can-
thought so.
Can we move or still talk or?
Yeah,
say
you guys can do
anything?
that. Granted, you're like out of breath. You're kind of like on the ground, sort of heaving and gasping for air at the moment. But yeah,
oh,
if you
wait.
want
So is Myra still
Oh.
awake? He's not like dying at the moment.
Yeah. To be
yeah.
honest, Spike's worse off than I am.
I'm still
Oh,
up
okay.
there.
I thought. Oh, okay. I thought Myra was dead.
No, Myra is in the
Sorry.
same state, but like health or hit point wise, yeah, Spike is worse. But
Oh,
they're both
okay,
in the same
no,
sort
you-
of state.
He would
Yeah.
hesitate then. I thought they were like unconscious. Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
they
I
are
just-
not
i-
unconscious.
If I,
They're not.
if I see you approach, I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
What just happened?
We're not gonna touch again. First of all.
As Ingot.
Yeah, I'm not just running. I'm like full on sprinting. This is astral light. Shit doesn't get much
No, 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 no,
sparklier than that.
No. Back off, back off, back off!
Zephyr will just let out a roar, and I'm hoping that I can do an intimidation roll.
Oh
I started
boy.
sprinting as soon as this got shiny.
Yeah,
You're gonna-
yeah, because he did it as soon as it happened. I
Wait,
mean,
Yeah, I just was waiting for people to go through their things. But I
Zephyr,
think it
you're
will
tired
sprint
as well.
the
Well, hold on, you're
second
not
it's
tired.
shiny.
You don't have the exhaustion. Yeah, make a dexterity check. Ingot, make a dexterity check. Oh
One of
god.
these again.
Yep, it's one of these again. Here we go. Oh
Ability
my.
check.
Chaos monkey.
12. Okay. 7. All right. I don't think this will stop him anyways, but you can certainly try. You may use your, actually, you don't have Aurora the Protector. You guys haven't taken a short or long rest yet, so you
I'm
don't even
just
have
having,
the
like,
use
a
for it.
gimmick of it. I'm thinking a gimmick of it, just to like at least hinder his movements at the very least.
You can certainly try. Make an intimidation check, and as you do so, Ingot, make an insight check with advantage.
Yeah, 15 for that.
So, is it alt for advantage?
Alt for advantage. Oh boy. Yeah. It's not stopping him. He is a
God
train.
damn it.
That being said, you see as Ingot you roar out trying to stop him, and he is fixated onto it. You see as you rush over and begin to, well, what exactly do you do, Ingot?
I touch the shiny.
You touch the shiny?
You just,
All
I
right.
just grab it with both hands.
Did I make it in time to try and stop Inget from doing this?
What are you trying to do, or what are you trying to do exactly?
Just try to physically stop Inget from going to those two that look just very weird to Roland right now.
You can certainly try. You can make an acrobatics check. Inget, you can make an athletics check with advantage as well. Because remember, this is like, he saw, like, I'm assuming Inget saw shiny, boom, freaking full on sprinted.
Oh,
Yes.
Wait,
both
question. Did Zephyr really just intimidate in my direction?
I did.
That doesn't do anything. That being said, alright, here's what happens. So, Inget, you rush over and Spike is saying, no. You see as he jumps up and begins to touch the shiny. Alright, let's have a conversation, buddy. So, Seth, how's it going? How's it going, friend?
Hello.
Here's the thing, I need you to make I'm gonna need you to make a highest saving throw that you possibly have, but the thing is, similar to Myra's case, roll a little low, dice roll a little bit high on the damage department. It's not looking too good. You might be fine. You're a lot better off than Spike over there, but I mean...
So am I just rolling it regularly, no advantage or disadvantage?
To stop beating around the bush, there is a chance for cosmic death here.
Shit happens.
Alright, well, make a high saving throw you've got, buddy, and make it with all you've got.
But what about Pooty losses, man?
And do I need to make one?
No, you're fine.
Boundaries
No.
dead.
Oh.
Dude ran at me.
This is the highest stake, like, choice of this is what my character would do that I have ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I'll-
Seth is an actual
I
madman.
roleplay.
I love it.
Fuck
Oh.
yeah.
Alright, here, if you
I
gotta make
clicked
the, if
it,
you
I'm
gotta make
just
the
waiting.
check in Foundry, or if you gotta make the check in Discord, that's fine. Do what you gotta do.
You already ate some of these crystals. Like, I'm pretty
Oh, I know.
sure.
Oh, I am fully aware.
That's why I understand that
Roller 300 in chat says, I came for the Ascent and I found a decent instead. Jesus.
Alright, do I have to do it in the Discord then? Because it's really not just...
Yeah, you gotta make it in
Yeah.
Discord. I have your character sheet. Your highest saving throw is Constitution, which is a +5.
Yes. So how do I do the roll thing?
So you're gonna just do exclamation point roll. D space D20
+5.
+5. It's gonna look like this without that X. Oh wait, hold on. I fucking calculated anyways. God damn it. But
You have to do it.
I'll walk you through it.
Yeah,
there you go. 23. That's actually really
And
good.
I add my inspiration point.
Yes, you
I add
can.
My one inspiration.
All right, to make that a 24. Okay, that's really good.
He touches the shiny.
So here's what happens: you touch the shiny, and Ingot, you become the shiny. Oh boy. 1, 2, 4, 5,
Cannibalism.
And that was max damage. Thank God. Ingot, you suffer 9 points of astral damage. And I need you, or actually no, you succeeded on your saving throw of 20. That being said, you are fine. But again, you kind of immediately emulate the sort of same motion of Myra and Spike as they're almost heaving for breath. As this happens, you watch as this poor Mike in its form begins to slowly course with an astral light, and where they're sort of or where their arms are, you see as it's sort of jutting with sort of more crystals as well, like earlier. That being said, oh boy, what are you guys all doing now?
I'm gonna see if I can get rid of these crystals before I do a long rest by activating Form of Dread.
I should have never let him off the lead, for fuck's sake.
Also,
Ingot is just ecstatic, absolutely thrilled.
I do feel challenged because he did a bear roar in front of me. I do want to, in my form of dread, return a roar back at him.
Alright, I'm trying to imitate a roar back at him. So here's the thing, Myra, you at this moment oh wait, actually, hold on. Oh, no, never mind, you're fine with that. Yeah, you're good to go for that. That being said, as you try to unleash your roar going into your form of dread, let's see if you have any more uses. You got one more. Alright, hit the button for me.
+2 for health real quick as well.
And also, to keep in mind, Zephyr didn't roar at you, he roared at Ingot.
Oh, I know, it was in my general direction though, that's all.
Gotcha. Alright, that being said, you gotta actually hit the... Here, I got it for you. So, as this begins to happen, same thing begins to occur from before. You watch as Myra begins to slowly writhe or have these sort of strange purplish flames begin to emerge from underneath the armor. The shadows begin to lengthen once more as you enter your form of dread. Oh boy. That said, make an intimidation check. Zephyr, make a insight check. Gotcha. Alright.
Again, it just damaged me.
I
don't know
got
how
it.
that works.
I gotcha. Alright, 17 versus an 18. Zephyr, you see this, however, and you watch as the entire area begins to sort of begin to lengthen with shadows. However, you're not necessarily frightened. You're more so worried of the noise that you guys are all making throughout just the night. You're able to sort of shrug off this sort of attempts.
Everyone quiet now, okay? Settle down.
Yeah.
There, I'm just gonna walk to the fire in form of dread and just face flop right on the ground.
In the fire?
No, next to the fire.
Okay.
Alright, you just watch as just faceplant. Just Myra lands into the fire.
Dad just dies.
Just like, alright.
Myra fucking dies.
I mean, as far as they assume, other than the paladin who knows I'm undead, I just stopped breathing and stopped moving for 4 consecutive hours.
Alright, well, we'll see how long that lasts. In the meantime, that being said, Myra just stops and just faceplant. You guys watch as she just walks over after roaring and then just faceplants into the dirt. That said, what are you guys doing?
They're alive. I think this is a good time. Maybe cook up a nice little tea and get the fuck to bed. 'Cause Jesus Christ, this was a bit too long of a day for me.
Who?
Is this something that you always do?
Hey, what? What? I'm confused. What happened?
It's seems kinda wild to go out in a day like this. Is this
No, I'm not
something
saying
that
to
you
go out.
always
I say go for tea.
do?
Oh.
Oh, so this is not usual for you to spend your days like doing these kind of things.
This is our first day together.
Oh.
I have
Okay.
no idea what's normal. I don't even remember my own name, so
Really
this
instilling.
is all weird.
You just get out the rabbit and put it on a stick. Just start roasting.
You just hit Ingot, exclaim, "Shiny!" staring at himself, just the happiest you've ever seen
This has
him.
been happening the whole time. Just staring.
Yeah, he just,
Yeah.
his mind's blown. He can't really do much else now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, shiny. Spike's gonna just start looking at herself and examine all this shininess. I want to try to heal myself. But I don't know if I can do that. With this thing.
With the kit thing or the feet.
Yeah.
I
that-
believe you can. I mean, I'm gonna like check. Yeah,
I mean,
you
I'm
can
wondering
you
if
can
like
heal
there's
yourself.
a different thing because this is like
Yeah,
not
you should be able to
normal
do that.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll fact check it to see, but I'm pretty sure you're good to go.
So worried that when he touched me, I was dead.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you can
Sensei said
roll
that would've
1d6
happened.
plus 4 for me. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't hear that. What'd you say, Seth?
I was just saying, that if I thought it would kill him, I wouldn't.
So
Oh, man.
7.
7. All right. That being said, you gain 7 HP. I gotcha.
You got it.
Alrighty. There you go.
My eyes flash bright purple, and so I guess I'll help with the rabbit,
All right.
making very sure not to touch anything.
While this is all happening,
Mhm.
like from after Myra runs off, I'm going to like run off a bit into the forest, just like by a stump, and kind of like hold my hand down to it and just like catch my breath because the voices are there again. And I'm going to look around, and I'm going to look at my palm again. And is it still like glowing?
Yeah. Remember, yours just does the shadow thing, but yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
That
I'm
being
gonna just
said, you begin to kind of hear multiple voices. They seem almost intelligible, but it's just multiple voices that kind of at the same time, different sort of tones, different sort of cadences, different people. And you just sort of hear them speaking, and with each sort of word, you see as it begins to rise with shadows. Navro, do you say anything?
I look at my palm and I kind of put it close. Who's there?
Good to know. I will write that down. You see as the voices begin to stop. And I'll have to let you know what what the response is another time. But for right now, information is not known to you. Alright. That said, as this all begins to occur, what do you do? Or is there anything else you're doing?
I'm going to just like sit down and like ruminate on the word again, the cataclysm, and mulling over what was told to me before. And the voice that spoke was familiar to me, correct?
No, the voice that's which one?
The join, kill, consume, cataclysm.
Yeah, that was familiar from earlier. The first time you heard it.
But only from that first time? It's not as though like this is a memory from even before?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I kind of wait for a small bit until the present moment, and I'm going to walk over, and I'm going to kind of sit close to Zephyr, and kind of clutching my staff tightly. So, there's a few questions, but one thing that's important: who's Jesus?
Jesus.
You said a name, like
We're not
Like almost
making him canon. We're not making him canon.
Well, you see, he was the savior of the. No.
My blood is all in my.
Jesus is my cousin.
new subclass.
No, we're not doing it.
He's cleric.
I will put you
Yeah.
all in the dirt.
That's actually a funny story. I think
I don't even
I
gonna
don't
do
remember.
anything.
I remember. I'm kind of bullshitting this, by the way. I remember in a tavern. Now there was this one drunk. He was the worst. His name was Jesus. Now he barely had any clothes on. Stink of beer and
Fuck it, I
liquor.
guess.
And every time he tried to do something stupid, something terrible, like setting a bottle on fire or eating a shiny object like a ring. And well, that's where the expression came from. My creativity is not exactly on perfect right now. I'm
I
sorry.
look at English. I look at English, and I look back at I look back at Zafir. Duly noted.
Oh my god. I swear to fuck.
And
Well,
I
I'm pissed.
It's like one.
No.
Go ahead.
I look over at Roland and you're a lizard.
Well, that's one way to put it, I suppose. But, yeah, well, people don't really call me anything special. They just call me Roland, I suppose. I don't know. I guess I have scales, so yeah, lizard, fine.
How tall is Roland actually?
6'5".
Okay, so he's quite tall.
Mm.
Now, I can assume you to be. Have I seen Roland? I've seen Roland interact with the rest of the party. Like they've reacted to his existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more
Okay.
so of like a kind of interaction of like, okay, hey new person. Anyways, what the fuck is going on?
What is
Sort of
going
just-
on?
Yeah.
What the fuck,
I'm gonna-
okay, what up?
I'm gonna slowly.
What a fucked up day. Oh
I'm gonna
my
slowly
god.
reach over and like just
Hold on.
slowly reach my hand out and just like boop him slightly. And I feel resistance. I feel like touching something.
What are you doing?
I'm just checking. Just checking is all.
To him, it seems a faint memory of drunk people around him.
I can assure
Very
you I'm
similar.
not drunk.
I'm sure.
Could you do one thing for me?
What do you want?
The palms of your hand. Both of them, actually.
No, palms.
yeah.
No touching palms
No.
anymore.
Roland just turns his palms and looks at them. He just hasn't really paid any attention to them before this point, so I don't know if there's anything.
There is nothing.
They seem normal, I think.
That's the most interesting thing of all. You are the wild card here, it seems.
Actually,
oh.
yeah.
Well, I suppose.
And you have no memory before meeting us?
No, none. The only thing I know is that I don't know where I am.
Tell us,
Do I believe him?
prior to you walking up to that mine shaft, what were you doing?
I was wandering around looking for anything, really. I just woke up around this frozen wasteland, as it's my knowledge of the place. Then I heard some sounds and followed them to you.
And you've no memory of any light? Anything?
No, there's I mean, it just feels like I just lost everything that I remembered, I suppose. There hasn't been anything very, very unusual until I met you all.
Well, complete retrograde amnesia, but no palm symbol. 1 for 2. That's alright. You'll fit right in. If, of course, you'll be staying.
Well, I suppose I have a better chance with you than alone. Not that I have any survival skills that I know of.
What skills do you have? At all?
He again pulls out them all. I can swing this.
A big stick.
It's a good skill to have.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah,
I kind of
think
like put my hand out. May I see it? Inspect it for a second.
Sure. And he hands or puts them all like in front of you.
I kind of take it in my hand. And how heavy is this?
I'd imagine it's pretty heavy, but you can confirm.
Yeah, I mean it's a weapon fit for a dragonborn, so I don't.
You have
Okay,
7
okay.
strength. Yeah, I'd assume that. Yeah, you nearly just like, like nearly fall over.
Do we hear crackling?
Okay, I
bones?
leave it down in the I leave it down in the snow, and I'm gonna just kind of. Can I make an investigation on us? Just to kind
Sure.
of get a good like feel of this.
All right, go for it.
Oh,
10 with the 10 on the investigation check. Describe what the mall looks like for me, Riku, if you can.
It's very much like a just a if you'd imagine just a large baseball bat with just a little something like not exactly like barbed wire or anything like that, but just some embedded like rocks or something on the sides, just to make it like a proper weapon instead of just a large stick.
oh, like the little metal studs.
Yeah.
Hmm. And I look over at the trees
But-
that are.
One thing that you do find on it, Navro, you find a sign or a sort of symbol of a V ingrained into the weapon. It's kind of like a, it's not like branded or anything like that, but it's more of like a insignia on it.
Mhm.
I will see if I can find it. You're gonna have to bear with me for a minute. But it is the symbol of a sort of red V.
And I look up at the trees. It's not the same wood, is it?
I would assume not.
It is not.
Hmm.
I can't find it.
Well, you came here with this then. If it's not the same type of tree as the rest around.
Yeah, it was on me when I came to, and also this, and he's like pulls a book out that just has like basically words and numbers
Oh, excuse me.
listed on it. But
Well, it's it's kind of a hard thing. It's kind of looks like a W. Oh boy, this is a weird sort of crop. So it seems to be, oh gosh, 2 V's sort of almost intertwining.
Mhm.
Oh boy, it's a weird sort of symbol. But let me show you.
Volkswagen.
I'm going to try my best to get this thing for you. I really am. One moment, please.
Would you be able to like screenshot it and then copy and paste it into?
Yep,
game
that's
content?
what I'm trying to do. I gotta like cut everything. There we go. Good enough. Alright, looking in game content chat, this is what it looks like. Oh boy. Copy link.
Ah.
This is kind of what it looks like. Chat. There we go.
Okay. Looking at that, I turn back to him. So, you're not a native. That's the important thing. Most likely not what natives here look like.
I suppose I'm not, as I don't know where I am.
Well, trying to find anything is better progress than nothing. So knowing that,
Yeah, yes. That's definitely what I'm after, to just find anything, anything familiar.
that I suppose we can surmise. Maybe reptiles don't live in the frozen taiga.
Yeah, well, it does. I quite like it here, so maybe something. I may find my relatives here. Who knows?
Who knows? And is Myra's like lying down, is she?
Yeah, face first into the snow.
I look up at Myra walking over, and with like the end of my quarterstaff, I just like bonk bonk. And no reaction, or
Limbit, any reaction from Myra?
No.
I kind of patting my quarterstaff into the snow. I think for a second, look down, and I look around. Is there any kind of container, any kind of bowl that I could use?
What are you taking a
Bowl?
blood sample?
No. Bowl, no. There, you did see as. Actually, did you? Yeah, you did see. There was a bit of containers to like hold liquids, in the water that you guys have. You'd probably have to ask Zephyr for it. I believe that he is the one that has it at the moment. But no bowls.
I think I put snow in it.
Yeah, you did.
I go up to Zephyr. I can see it, right?
See the.
I assume so. It's probably on a pouch.
Hmm.
Well, actually, no. He'll probably like do a little makeshift like prop up so it's hanging above the fire.
Oh, okay.
So
That's the
it's
thing I was
melting.
worried about. Okay.
Yeah.
Look over at the container, and I assume it's Zephyr's. So could I just proffer that for a second? How much do you have in there?
Melting down snow. Why?
Uh-oh.
And he died.
He was intimidated greatly.
He's like, oh no, he said no. Oh god. He'll fix himself in a minute.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, wait.
Well, I can go over a couple of things. And,
He's
nope.
back.
Never mind.
Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
But what was the response? I just
What are you needing it for?
to test something.
Well, at the moment, it's for our own survival. Melting down water.
You'll have your water, and if I'm right, you'll have more. And you most likely won't catch a parasite.
Go
You
for
did.
it then.
Filter the water, didn't you? As I kind of take the thing.
That's why I'm boiling it.
And I kind of spool up a bunch of snow, and I'm going to cast Prestidigitation to clean all of it.
Okay. To clean all of the, like clean the
It's
water,
1
clean
foot
all this
snow. Yeah.
snow. Yeah, okay. As you begin to do so, and also the fact that you're boiling it, that being said, you guys are able to gain another resource of water.
Hey.
And stuff.
How much do we have right now?
I believe 0, but now you're at 1.
Would I be able to spend the next while boiling up the snow and keeping it around until clean it?
Yes,
And
you
make
can.
sure we have enough. All right.
So assuming like how much do you do? Like as much as you can carry, kind of deal.
As much as much as can be carried. Yeah.
All right, it'll take you a decent bit because it's gonna take a lot of time for the snow to melt and all this other stuff, and being able to store it. It's a little bit of a process, but definitely a worthwhile one. And over the course, I'd probably say it takes you at least like 30 minutes. I mean, considering like you kind of have to sort of worry about like relighting the fire over and over again. It'll take you at least 30 minutes to probably an hour.
Well, for worrying about the fire, I do have firebolt, so
okay.
it would just be a process of taking.
It's just a
wood.
Yeah. Okay. That being said, eventually you guys are able to or get enough water supplies. Is there anything else you all are doing before you bed down for a rest?
After a while, the air will kind of be filled with a bit of a smell of cooked rabbit. And Zephyr will pluck the stick from the fire and kind of hold it up. Right. Now, we don't have much food right now. So we're gonna have to split this up. No, two of us don't need it, do ya?
No, but I've never had rabbit before.
There's other time for culinary delicacies. We're gonna die if we don't eat.
He says no. So you just tell them that nobody, the two people don't need it and don't explain why.
Yeah. I'm not explaining it yet.
May I do something? One of my little experiments. What is your favorite spice?
God damn it.
Surprise me, but if you make it taste like shit, then I'm going to clobber your head in.
Inga just shouts, "Shiny!"
No.
Seriously, he just wakes up.
A night
No. Yeah, go for it.
Spike, do you have any recommendations?
What would I know, Sensei, from where I've been? What kind of spice would...
Probably just salt.
Yeah, salt being probably the biggest one, but that's not really a spice. But
salt and pepper.
Yeah.
With a hint of lemon.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't fucking know. What do you want to know? Like the different spices on your adventure. I'm sorry I didn't add that to your backstory. What type of spices does Zephyr like?
Dill.
Exactly.
Dill is excellent.
Okay, well, Cat, I don't know. You're just built different and wanted to do that just to spite me.
Hey, it's one of the only things I remember.
Oh man.
Which spice was that?
Dill.
Oregano.
Dill. Ooh, dill's nice.
Yeah, excellent. You can mix it with vinegar and make these wonderful dill pickles. And I used to do also these onions with a very, very light rice wine vinegar. They're excellent. She's gonna go on and on.
Your past life. What she said. And you'll hold it out.
I hold out my hand to the hot rabbit, and I'm gonna flavor it with a bit of dill, bit of oregano, put a bit, just a bit of salt in there, a bit of pepper. Thinking out.
Where are you getting this from?
You'll probably do it to. You'll
Just
hold
do it
up
with
the. What was the other bit of food we got again?
It was only the rabbit. That's it.
No, we got 3 pieces of resources, didn't we?
No, you got 2.
Found something.
You got 2.
I found it and ate it immediately. It went into my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing you're referring to. Yeah.
You expected him to bring something back for you?
Yeah, I wasn't even going to give him food because he. Well, I was going to tease him until he behaved.
Yeah.
And basically, all the things that Spike listed, it's all pickled things. So pickled eggs, pickled onions, pickled beets.
Pickled person.
Yeah,
it's darker and darker.
Just count to 10, Key. Just count to 10.
Okay, well, this will only feed 2.
Pickled
Now,
rabbit.
how we split this up, I say we do it by work done. Am I understood?
Seems fair.
Yes.
So that's a good question then. Who's done the most work? Got a
Roland killed it.
newcomer who actually killed it, yes. He's only been with us for a short bit. Where it's me and you, we were down there fighting whatever the fuck they were.
You
If I were to speak for myself, then I would say me and Spike should be the ones getting the food, as we have done the work. Now, I don't know about Ingot over there. He doesn't even look too hungry. He's eaten enough rocks.
You
And
just hear
frankly,
he's just
he was-
screaming out, "Shiny!"
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
he's having a great time.
So, if it's not, and I don't mean to be cruel, but I say this one goes for me and Spike.
If I may
Arr.
take you for a second, Zephyr. Just for one moment.
Go.
And I kind of just beckon you over to a corner, like right outside by the fire.
It's better not be long enough for it to get cold, you grey skin. Okay. I can't move.
Listen,
Okay.
Oh,
we
wait.
don't know
Yeah.
him.
Hold up. Hold up, hold up.
We don't know what
Exactly.
he's like.
Yeah, the server's broke. But regardless,
Yeah.
you guys are able to go find, like, off to the side, just away from the rest of the party.
Hey.
Hmm.
So it's going for me and Spike. Now for him, I don't know him well enough, and we've done the most work. So that's how we're sorting it, okay?
We don't know if he's even telling the truth.
We don't know if anyone is telling the truth. Do you think I'm even trusting you fully? I don't know you. I don't know anyone else. I put my faith into people who work.
And he has been with us relatively for a short amount of time. And has already proven that.
Exactly. As I said, I'm giving it to me and Spike. I'm not giving it to him.
All I'm saying is that won't prove too selfless of a decision. If he
Well,
eventually-
we have fought through hell in that mine. We deserve it, and we need it.
all I'm
I
saying
put
is
my faith in Spike, myself, and the people who've been with us so far for the longest. So I
all
make
I'm
myself understood. That is my decision. And he'll kind of like almost stomp back.
Like I said, you guys were about right over here, eventually. Or further if you
Yep,
really wanted to, but...
And he'll... Yeah, he's not really got anything. He'll hold the bottom of the rabbit and hold it out to, or kind of like tear it in half and give a half of it over to Spike.
Thank you.
I say this is how we should be doing it. Whoever does the most work, while food is still in rationed. Hopefully the traps would have caught something for the morning. So if you're still hungry, then maybe we can get something then. And we can travel on, get more food. But for right now, we need to survive.
Spike is just gonna tear into it and
you just see Roland nodding and just he's like he has his book open like from the back going towards the front and just writing with a small piece of charcoal from the fire on the like basically taking notes of all the things that's had happened today, and yeah, doesn't argue with anything that's been said, doesn't.
Hmm.
That being said, you did well catching the rabbit. So once we catch more in the morning, you'll be getting some for filling.
Thank you. So it's you see it's kind of that Roland is kind of awkwardly just putting his head closer to the papers and just seeming to be harder at work taking those notes.
Could I go behind Roland and take a peek at what's being written down?
Yeah, you can do it. It's like stealthily and all that. Just like,
Sure.
quick little glance. Are you just like glancing over? Or are you trying to like sneak up behind them and then get a better look? Which one?
Get a glance just to see like what's being written down, if I can even understand it.
All right. Make a perception check for me.
All right. That's performance.
Ah.
This is perception. Nice.
Ah, that is. Oh man, you hate to see that one. That's annoying. But with a 4, nah, you're having a little bit of trouble to see it.
I'm going to look back, look at Zephyr, give a bit of a glare, and walk off as I'm going to gather a few sticks.
All right.
And when I do, I'm going to sit down around here and just make my own bonfire and sit down by a stump.
That being said, make a survival check for me, Navro.
Please roll well, please roll well, please roll well.
Oh man. So Navro, as you're trying to like sort of gather the tools necessary to make your own sort of sort of fire. Yeah. But basically, here's what happens. You're kind of like in this sort of pseudo frustrated sort of state. And you have enough, you gather the wood, you just sort of toss it into that of the pile. However, the way that you've sort of thrown it, the way they're sort of organized, you just fire bolts it. And almost like shortly after, it doesn't like sort of, how do you say, it doesn't sit and burn. It seems to immediately just go out like shortly after, like a minute later. That being said, those with a past perception of probably like 12 or higher, you would probably notice Navra struggling a little bit.
I have a passive perception of 12, but he is not very shiny.
The fire's shiny, so.
Fire is pretty shiny.
Yeah, but his isn't.
And also, he has a bald head. Like, he is. Oh. In the moonlight, wow.
Yeah.
Is he shinier than the astral light I'm surrounded with?
I should also preface, the astral light at this point, it would be slowly fading from all of you.
I'm very closer to the fire. Does it reflect at all? Like, off the astral light?
The fire does, like, which one? The one from this camp, or the one that Navra's
yeah,
making?
Yeah, I go near the actually lit fire.
Okay,
do I notice any, like, extra sparkling or refraction from it?
Yeah, you do.
Well, I get very close to the fire and hold up my gold coin to look at more shinies.
It's even shinier than before.
Excellent.
There you go. Go ahead, Spike. What were you asking?
So how long exactly did it take for it to fade? Like what, an hour?
Nope, 5 minutes.
Oh, 5. Okay, that's good. Okay. And okay, never mind.
Grayskin, come back, okay? We need you for the fire.
You see him kind of pout, cross his arms a little bit.
What's wrong?
I mean, how are you, like, saying this all the way from where you're sitting?
Yeah, you kind of got to yell that.
Yeah, I will. Hey, what's wrong? Come on over here. It's warmer. We already did the fire thing. Why are you doing another one?
I look over at Spike, and I say, "Spiked. That's why."
Spike? Yeah, that's my name. What's up?
Of course. Good. And I'm gonna turn around, and this is what we're actually seeing, the battle map. So there is a stump behind my character. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make good use of, that would make a good decent fire for a while, wouldn't it?
Yeah. From what you can tell, it can make a little bit of a fire for sure.
Okay. I'm going to firebolt that, and kind of sit away from the party.
All right. As you do so,
I can see the smiling Finn.
My boy She's
Gotta cherish the little baby on our heads.
Love you, man.
That being
Oh, no, I'm loving
said,
it.
boop. There we go. This little small.
Zephyr will be like handing out water and like getting some ready for Navro to prestige and clean. But yeah, no, he's going to give everyone some water. That's everyone who's dehydrated.
Oh, no,
Keep
I
him-
already.
Keep in mind,
The,
just for the sake of it, so I can explain it. If you were to split it between all of you, it wouldn't be enough for to like actually get rid of the effects of dehydration. So all in all, if you want somebody to like not suffer from it, you got to give them, or you got to choose one. Now, granted, you have, you already have like all 5 resources, so you can just kind of give it to whoever at this point. You don't got to worry about it. But just like for future reference, you know.
Yeah.
So-
And I forgot to mention it before. Could I have gotten the hide from the rabbit? Because
Yeah.
you don't cook that part. Yeah.
Yeah, I can allow that. That's fine.
It
Uh,
would be
that being
damage tied.
s-
He did sunder the rabbit.
Real quick
Yeah.
though, because there is stuff for it. Make a survival check for it, for skinning it. If someone was helping you at the time, you can make it with advantage.
Is
guess
everyone helping?
Yeah. I guess
This is
I-
like
I just
she was
back
helping
didn't
cook the
part
rabbit.
process.
Alright.
Yeah.
10
Okay,
to 2. Alright. Nothing special about it. Yeah, you just get the hide.
Yeah.
It's pretty,
Also
it's
to know
kind
that-
of iffy sort of work, but I mean, hey man.
Okay. Well, you need to get some sleep. Carry on in the morning. Not too late. Make the most use out of the sunshine. Now I say someone else need to be awake while we sleep. Keep an eye out. Take it in turns so we all get to sleep. So who's going first?
I'll take first.
Okay. Everyone else, get some shut-eye before it's too late and before it's daytime.
Also,
Get up at dawn.
I should preface and I should explain the rules for or for wrestling and all that stuff. All right, so
Okay.
now that we're at this point, Finny did a pretty good job of it. So essentially, here's how wrestling works in my games and whatnot. Essentially, there are 3. If you guys are keeping watch, what it seems like you guys are, there are 3 watches total. Now, grant if you want to. During your watches and whatnot, you can choose to craft things, and you guys, if you wanted to have crafted things, then you guys can as well, and all that stuff. But if you craft it while you're taking watch, like in the process of it, you do make your perception checks at disadvantage, because obviously you're distracted, you're making stuff, you're more focused on that rather than, you know, keeping aware of your surroundings. That being said, things that you guys can craft is multiple things such as weapons, armor, poisons, health potions, tools, and a couple of other things and whatnot, if you guys want to. So if you ever want to craft anything, you just simply let me know, and I'll walk you through the processes of it. The other things is, for watches specifically, you can have you can have like about 3 people watching if you want, but keep in mind, you have to, for majority of you have to take, or you have to rest through 2 watches. You can't take multiple watches or whatever or anything like that. The only people who are capable of that are the Reborn race and the Warforged race, as they only need 4 hours of sleep or motionless states and stuff like that for their long rests, right?
I think Mike and it is also 4 hours.
Oh yeah, Mike and it's also 4 hours. Yeah, okay. If Mike and it's also 4 hours, then yeah, you as well. So if you want to, you guys can take 2 watches and you'll be fine. But no one else. I don't believe. Yeah, no. Also, the last thing about that, if you want to take a watch by yourself, you can do that. However, you can also take watches with other people, and they can also aid in perception checks, and you guys can talk to one another throughout the watch if you don't want to do it alone. But the choice is always yours. That being said, so is it one person? So who is taking the first watch? Is it one person or is it multiple people?
Well, technically, since the Reborn just kind of, no matter what they do, they're kind of in a motionless state. Like, if some of us don't have eyes, I don't think we need to blink or anything. So, can
Do you
I
even
just
have eyes?
listen for footsteps or anything?
Well-
I don't believe so, no. This is you kind of
Right.
actively not doing anything for 4 hours. Like, you're not sleeping
Well-
or anything like that. It's not like, oh shoot, I'm gonna sleep in or something. No, it's nothing like that. But this is you literally not trying to do anything for 4 hours. It is scary.
You do nothing for 4 hours.
Yeah.
What if
Mike,
you
it's
were
a little
sitting
bit
up,
different. I'll
though?
get into that later, though.
What if
Yeah,
you
you
were
could-
like sitting down and just staring in a direction? If something did move, would you like snap out of it, or do you like?
If you saw something, like, we use just your passive perception at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And after 4 hours, I'll probably prop myself up on a tree.
Okie dokie. But who is taking the first watch at this moment in time? Is it one person or multiple people?
I
Spike.
think it will stay up.
Alright, so
I'll be like, for this first watch, I'll like be on watch, but like, you know, just to the side.
okay. So I hear a Spike, I hear a Navro. Is anybody else?
I'll do
Ingot,
mine
I
for
will
the
be
last
taking
watch.
as well.
I just need the first watch for right now.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You're good. So Spike,
Yeah,
Navro,
I'll
and
be
anybody
taking
else?
This watch.
Alright, and Ingot. You got it. Alright. That being said, max 3, you guys are good. So, that being said, I need all 3 of you guys to make perception checks for me.
I want to craft
Wait,
as
we
well.
already did the second? Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna join whoever was doing the second.
This is only the first one.
Oh, okay, never mind.
We always make the perception checks first, and then I'll explain everything later. So, Navro with a 9.
Okay.
Spike, you make it with advantage because it's sight-based.
But
Ingot
if
with
I'm
a 4.
crafting, it's gonna be just normal roll.
Yeah.
roll, right?
Yeah, also remember those with exhaustion, you do it with disadvantage.
Oh,
Since
I
I
gotta do
ate
my
the-
4 at disadvantage. Let's go again.
Since I ate, am I still?
Yeah,
Do I still have the point of exhaustion, or I have
You
to
do,
save it?
because you haven't rested yet. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But you are good
so
on
that-
at least that part, you know. So,
Okay, so it's
Navro with a 7. Yeah, so Spike is with disadvantage, and then Ingot one more time. Or no, you did
I
it.
did.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4.
Oh boy, this is something right here. So Spike with a 6, Navro with a 7, and Ingot with a 4. Oh
I have a
man,
disadvantage, so I have 4.
yeah. Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna die.
Gotcha,
My
gotcha.
passive perception is better.
You guys are
Same.
wore out and exhausted for sure. You are feeling it, Mr. Krabs. That being said, all right. That being said, okay. So, is there anything you guys are trying to do at this moment?
Yes. I'm trying to craft either the tools or craft like a stone bag. So either making the tools to do so or actually doing it.
So you're trying to make a bag, right?
Yes, out of stone. Like I want to carve myself a bag
Okay.
to put my
Gotcha.
rocks in.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna mark that down. So you're trying to do that. I'm gonna get into like who needs to do what or whatever in a minute. So Ingot, stone bag. All right. Spike, are you doing anything?
Yeah,
Going
I
down
want to
the
make a
list.
bag as well. So, back when we were in the mine, I had found a piece of chainmail that I had kept.
Mm-hmm.
I had just slung it over my belt. So I'm gonna try to use that to make kind of a net bag.
Sort of chain bag.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Alright, so Spike and chainmail bag, and then Navro, are you doing anything, or just keeping watch?
I'm just like using prestidigitation to kind of fuck around with the fire a little bit, just kind of making it like swish to side, and I wanted to test something while I was doing this. I'm gonna put my hand down to the snow, and I'm going to use prestidigitation to warm it, and see if that makes it just turn to water very quickly, or like how fast it would.
So, an interesting thing. So, as you're sort of messing with the snow itself, or even just ice in general, as you sort of warm it, you do see an almost unnatural thing with the water. You watch as it begins to freeze, like right before you. Make an intelligence check to see how long it takes. This is again with disadvantage as well, because exhausted.
Intelligence ability check.
Yep, just ability check.
And again, I should have done that way. It's control for disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. 11.
11, it's not bad. It takes only a couple of minutes before it freezes. You're not able to get an exact number though. But definitely more than like 3 minutes. But which is pretty impressive considering nothing you didn't really do anything besides that.
Okay. And like while I'm on watch, I'm just kind of making little black stars appear with my is there any way to abbreviate prestidigitation? Because it's a very long name.
Nope. Prestidigitate.
The magic cantrip.
Yeah, one of the rules of the spells.
You gotta say the name. You gotta say the name, or you're not a real wizard.
Not a real wizard. But as well, I kind of...
No.
I keep an ear out, especially after I'm finished messing around, for any voices, and that's kind of.
You do hear a couple. I do not have the information for you necessary, but over the course of a couple of days, I will be able to let you know.
Okay.
You will see why eventually.
Okay.
All right. That being said, so that is what you're doing over your watch. All right. So before we get into Spike, your crafting and also that of ingots crafting. Oh boy, we have something to do because it's about that time. All right. One moment, please. It's time to go. Throw down Charlie Brown. One moment. Where the heck is it? Here it is. Oh boy. I'm almost done, and boom. Alright. As I thought. Okay, so, as you guys are kind of doing your own thing, we look towards an individual. Myra.
Yes.
Myra, as you begin to lay there, not moving, just kind of staring into this sort of ground, unmoving in this sort of unsettling, sentry-like sort of posture as much as you can while on the ground. You not only sort of watch, but you feel as the shadows begin to lengthen around you. And as this begins to happen, oh boy. You see, as they do, they begin to sort of shift and jut, sort of flickering before you. And you sort of continue staring off into the sort of abyss, this sort of almost nothingness in the dirt. And as it happens, you begin to look as you're gazing and just gazing towards it. Myra.
Yes.
What are you thinking about at the moment, if anything?
Why am I alive?
what do you think, or what are you looking at towards the dirt at this moment in time?
I haven't been focusing on anything. I just staring in one direction as my body hurts and everywhere.
As you're sort of staring off, kind of just not really focusing on much of anything, one thing that you do focus on is that sort of pain that you sort of feel, again, kind of like you mentioned, all around your body. And as you sort of feel this sort of pain, it begins to almost centralize in several different areas around you. 5 different locations. And as you focus more and more on this sort of strange pain, you watch as your vision begins to flicker and flash before you begin to immediately hear screams, the wailing and crying of an individual, a woman, and you hear her in just sort of pain. Not seeing what she looks like, but only hearing the screams. Feeling them with the pitch of them almost piercing into your soul. And then you kind of hear the clamping onto, or the clamping down of metal onto flesh over and over and over again. And you feel these things beginning to get tighter around your soul. You hear the ringing of chains and almost these like manacles, but with that you feel this sort of manacle on one on your left arm. And with that feeling, you begin to see it. You see a metal chain wrapping around the left arm and then the right arm, binding you, pulling you simultaneously from your central form. You hear the clamping of metal once more, but you feel as if it's amongst that of your legs. Another chain on the left and another one on the right. 4 chains, all pulling. You sit there, kind of unable to move. And you want to be freed. You kind of fight and you fight and fight, and struggling against your will, you hear the screams emanate once more over and over before they're cut entirely. No more screams, no more words. With the final chain being clamped over their neck and mouth, you just hear muffled yelling, inaudible. And as it happens, oh boy, let me change maps for you.
Oh.
Oh boy, here we go. All right.
This got a lot more in depth than I thought it would.
Welcome to the show.
I even is called the Myra map, specifically for you.
He's got friends.
Oh.
You know why? Because I walked away with my wireless earbuds, there was some mad
Big
interference,
chains,
and it was
holy
the most demonic screeching I've ever heard.
I'm just that
Like,
good.
it wasn't just demonic, it was also had electronic interference, and my god, I never want to hear that again.
So,
Let's say you know what to get for the next sound effects, man.
Oh, fuck.
I do. Oh, I do. As this begins to happen, you just sort of stare out, and you can see at least a little bit of this sort of visions and whatnot. It kind of seems in this sort of black and white sort of state for the most part, at least from what you can tell. And in this moment in time, oh boy, here we go. 1 minute, or 1 moment, please. And I need this. Look, or Myra, what are you thinking about in this moment in time? As you find yourself just sort of chained up, just sort of staring about.
Thinking about freedom.
Thinking about freedom. As you seek out that of freedom, you begin to hear something. You begin to see something. You watch as, or almost lightning begins to course amongst the gray sky before immediately striking down in a blue lightning bolt With that, you see yourself and some sort of massive figure of an astral light approaching, but far off in the distance, you begin to hear almost like a screeching before immediately lightning begins to strike and course amongst the sky before striking down onto this area. As it happens, you begin to almost feel sort of a presence beginning to slowly get closer and closer towards you, and you watch as a massive figure of an astral light approaching. You see as the lightning storm begins to flicker, and with each lightning strike it courses once more, and this massive figure begins to approach closer and closer, towering in size about 40 feet tall, the size of buildings, only growing closer and closer, and for the first time in a long time, you feel fear. You move with all your might, but trying to flee, but you're locked down. What do you do? It's you. Oh boy.
I'm going to have to gaze at the figure, no matter how afraid I am.
Oh boy. As you begin to gaze towards them, you see this appear before you. Almost like an amalgamation of not even really that of, not even really sort of the conjoining of a body from what it seems, just all this astral light from which you can see maybe a head, a giant jagged maw, multiple spikes coming out of them. And it's beautiful, but puzzling, and then fearful. Oh, so fearful. And as it begins to approach, you look towards it, braving it, and you see more and more of these creatures beginning to form. Some smaller, some the same size, all before you. And as they begin to do so, do you still continue to watch and look?
I'll take a glance around, see if anything else is forming that I can see, but I have to lock my eyes back on the one thing that's happening.
Make a perception check for me, Myra.
Yay, +0. Oh no, it's +2.
18. From what you can see, you look around and you find yourself in the midst of this sort of gray sky. You look towards and you see as you're on top of something. You look about and it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see as multiple mountains from afar, and you stand at the top of one, unsure of where, but you see again more and more of these creatures sort of or almost consuming this or the mountain itself. It seems to be that wherever they step, more and more of this astral light begins to form amongst the ground, even that of a sort of darkened sky. And as it gets closer and closer, you just sit there and accept your fate?
I mean, I'll try pulling on the chains, but those are big chains, my friend.
That being said, you just sort of sit, you try to pull and pull with all you can. However, you watch as the figures begin to grow closer and closer, and with that, they begin to grow even further in size. The chains don't seem to budge, and you see as the lightning begins to course amongst it once more. No effect. That said, is there anything else?
Intimidation.
What do you do to intimidate?
Using my broken voice as best as I can, I'm going to let out, like earlier, a bestial screech using anything that I can.
As you begin to do so, you try to let out a sort of bestial screech with all you possibly can. And as it begins to happen, you see as the clamp over your neck and your mouth begins to slowly drop. And as it does, you look over towards the creature as it actually stops in its tracks before you let out this scream and yell out once more with life. And you watch as the entire area around you begins to shake and rumble. before you, out of the vision, out of this illusory omen, begin to screech. And as this happens, each and every one of you sort of sleeping hear this sort of bestial roar, awaking you immediately. And for the first time, Myra, you feel freed. Or at least partly freed. That sort of same feeling around your neck, your head, gone and no more. And with that being said, Myra, you may now speak freely with full-on sentences amongst free will if you ever wish to. But that is where we will have to end today's session, as we are at time.
Oh.
Oh boy. Goodness gracious. That being said, thank you guys for all playing. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. That was awesome. Good stuff, everybody. Good stuff.
Oh, everything's purple now.
Oh, I also should mention, because I almost forgot. One thing you guys would see, as soon as Myra screeched in this sort of manner, you would see as the lights begin, or the light in the sky begins to sort of flicker for a brief moment. And as it happens, you will see as immediately, no sunrise or anything, you watch as it turns to a sky of day and overcast, no longer night. I almost forgot about that. That being said, again, thank you guys for watching. I will be right back. I'm going to break down stream and everything, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Oh, goodness. Oh boy, it's time, my friends. Thank you guys so much for watching, every single one of you. I appreciate you all. You guys are fantastic. Thank you, or shout out to everybody who decided to join in into the session. But now we must go, and we must keep on chugging along. My name is SenseiSuplex. I'm a professional dungeon master and all of that jazz. You guys already know. But hey, if you want to join the Discord, maybe play in a Project Aurora game, be sure to do so. Project Aurora, if you guys don't know, it's a giant persistent universe where all of the games and all the campaigns are take place in the same universe, and they can affect each other in big or small ways. But on top of that, everybody affects the universe, not just the players, not even just the dungeon masters, but even you guys in chat, or even the rest of the community, people in the Discord, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Everybody leaves their mark in the universe. So hey, I have a question. How will you guys? How will you? So if that seems interesting to you at the least bit, be sure to join the Discord, and we'd love to have you. If you want to get notified anytime we have any sessions, be sure to follow me on socials, connect with me that way, yada yada yada. And yeah, that being said, be sure to check out the Patreon if you feel like supporting me in any way, shape, or form. And that being said, I don't think there's anybody to raid at this moment in time. I'm gonna check real quick and see, but I don't think so. Nope, that's it. All right, so we're gonna end the stream right there. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.